Let's go. Let's go. Uh, we are here. We are in here like swimwear. Red, scripted, fixed. Is it red? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Let's go. Let's go. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Is it going to be the Denver Broncos? Is it going to be the New England Patriots? What's going to happen? I need to know, right? I mean, I know it's only been what, 3 minutes or something, so into the game, something like that, right? 3, 4 minutes, whatever you want to call it, right? Right now, 2nd and 10. Denver Broncos got the ball, right? Let's see what they can do here, right? I got everything ready. I'm also monitoring that line. So right now, for all the bettors out there, it is currently -3.5, and this is via FanDuel, right? And I'm pretty sure the other books that you guys is using should be the same thing. Oh, but now it's -1.5, so it looks like it's +1.5 for Broncos. So I'm going to be updating people on the line as well. So it's plus. Now we went back to +3.5. Now it's a +1.5 live as we're speaking, right? So Denver's getting down there. I'm pretty sure Denver's probably going to score first, most likely, right? So, you know, first and goal right now for Denver. First and goal. 11 minutes and 32 seconds left. They're on New England 7. Let's see what happens. Right? Shout out to all my guys in the chat. Shout out to the people that's watching. Shout out to the people that's going to get into the live, a little bit later, of course. Right? But this is what's going on. It looked like, Denver going to get on the board first. Right? So if anybody's rocking with Denver, listen, 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 guys. Right? As I told y'all, 5.5 was a big deal. You guys know that. I tried to put people on about the 5.5. Let's see what happens, right? We do know it changed up. So it did change up. They're gonna make Stidham's gonna have his moments this game. It just is what it is. They're gonna make sure he has his moments this game. Right? They're gonna make sure he has his moments this game. Right? Yeah. Just restart it. For anybody whose stream is kind of behind, just restart it. Right? So first and goal, Denver with the timeout right now, and they setting up a little play. Is Stidham going to get in the end zone, or does New England Patriots make them settle for just a field goal? That we may find out right now. But listen, anybody that caught that 5.5 right now, what you want, right? If you got the +5.5 with Denver, you want Denver to be in the driver's seat this game. That's what you want. If anything, if New England does end up winning the game, you would rather New England come back, but you don't want New England playing ahead. Even though Denver is good for having comebacks, right? True, but you just want to be in the driver's side, right? We know there's a second half, so let's see what happens, right? Yeah, second and goal now. Second and goal. Right? That's what we got. Don't forget to like the stream. Obviously, you guys is in the chat. Anybody else, make sure you subscribe. I might have to change. You know what I might just do? I might change it to subscribe. Uh Only for subscribers in the chat. I might change it to that in a few. I might just change it to that. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. Do they get it in the end zone? Let's see. Right? So anybody that got the spread, I mean, you may like what's going on right now. You know, you may like it. And there you go. Touchdown Denver. Touchdown Denver. Touchdown Denver. There you go. Let's get this straight. Let's get this nice and straight and all that. Touchdown Denver. There you go. 7-zip. That's what we looking like. So what's gonna happen now, y'all? What you guys think now? All my plus 5.5 betters, if you tailed it, we looking good so far. Once again, all my 5.5 betters, you looking good so far. We tailed it, right? Five and yeah, number 14. You guys listen. I don't like to sound like a broken record. I don't know how many times I told you guys about the 14, right? Right? I blessed you guys with this with this 14 for so long, right? For so long. I deserve a reward for that. I deserve a reward for that, right? Because like I said, I decided next season I'm not giving the number out. I thought about it a couple days ago. I'm not giving the number out because I have to reap the benefits for giving information out like that. And I'm not doing that next season. Even though no, this year, I'll give my thoughts on things and all of that. But for next year's number, or the number that they're gonna be rolling with, I decided not to give it out. Well, publicly, right? I'm giving it out like I'm not gonna say I'm giving out clues and all that, but I'm not giving that out. I can't do that. Can't do that. I can't do that. Like I said, people that give you guys less information is being rewarded more than the person that's giving you guys the information, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm not doing that no more. I can't. I keep that to myself. Right? So what we got here? 7-zip, Denver Broncos. They're here. Um I could start a Patreon, but it has to be faithful people on the Patreon. Faithful people have to be on the Patreon, right? That's not a problem. But they have to be in tune with the Patreon because you're gonna get information. But I do know, like, if that's not gonna happen, if people's not gonna be a part of the Patreon, that information is not happening this year. No. Some information, obviously, because that's what I'm about. That's my brain, obviously. You guys know that. But certain clues like this, I'm not doing. This whole 14 thing been going on for a year. And yet I still see people go on other websites, like some of you guys will go on other platforms and say something the opposite of what I told you. So it's like it's going in one ear and out the other. So I feel like some people, it's like they come on one platform, they like it, go on the next platform, and they saying something different when you already taught them what it was. I see that. I'm someone that pay close attention to shit. I just don't say nothing. I pay very close attention to what's going on. Right? So the plus 5.5. Well, that's something else I gave people. Let's see what happens this game though. But we feasted over 5.5 all year. All year. So if anybody made their money off of the 5.5, congratulations to you. We got to keep it going, right? Keeping it going, right? But this is what you want to see. You want to see Denver Broncos in the lead first, right? You want to see them in the lead first. That's what you want to see. What I expect in this game, I expect maybe a turnaround in the second half, right? Like they have the Patriots probably do good in the second half because the NFL always scripts it to where they always script it to where Denver has the best of New England, especially in the playoffs. right? That's how they usually have it. But they always make these games exciting. From the past, if you watched it with Brady and Manning, it's just a thing, right? So I expect them to make this game exciting because I mean, at the end of the day, whoever wins this game goes to the Super Bowl, right? So a lot of things we've been talking about is it going to be the number two? Is it going to be the number one, aka the Broncos, number two, aka the Patriots, and this is just this game. We're not talking about the NFC, but right, we're talking about as far as this game, who's it going to be, right? So I mean, what we got here? I mean, it's 31 people, 31. What we got? Is that enough for a first down, or did they stop him? First and 10. First and 10, New England. First and 10, New England. So they got through. Nice set of first downs, right? In the middle of the field. Damn near just a couple of yards away from the middle of the field, right? So that's what we got going on. All right. So let's go. Yes, Stidham. Stidham wife and his family's here too, by the way. A little fun fact too. You know, here's a little fun fact about the whole Stidham thing. You Jared Stidham's wife, happens to be a Michael because you know how we spoke about all the Sean's and we spoke about all the Michaels, right? So you got Mike McDonald, right? Mike Vrabel. I gotta say it right, and then also like Jared Stidham's wife. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Not Jared Stidham's wife. I take that back. I take Jared Stidham is married. Yes, that's who they was showing. But I'm talking about Drake May. Let me take that back, y'all. Drake May wife is Ann Michael. That's Ann Michael May, obviously, right? So that's where the whole Michael thing comes from. Another Michael going on. Just a little. That's nothing important, you guys. It's just something funny. How we have another Michael involved, right? So Ann Michael May, right? That's Drake May's wife, right? What we got here? What we got here? What we got here? What we got here, y'all? Come on now. Third and 12. Third and 12, right? First quarter, 7:27 left. Matter of fact, let me update this shit. Boom. Short passes. They're not really going nowhere. This look like it's gonna be a Denver first half, y'all. That's what it's looking like. And right now, the line has switched. Denver is currently favored right now, guys. Denver is currently favored right now by 1.5. They're up 7-zip, and they are currently the favorites on the betting line. You guys can go check it out for yourself. 1.5 favorites right now. They're minus 136 on the money line. The New England Patriots is a plus 106. That's what that is. And plus they're plus 1.5, right? Now the Patriots drop down to even money. So that's what it's looking like currently right now, y'all. So if you guys are looking to do something, if you're looking to do something, there it is, right? I'm sorry if you want to bet, if you want to get the 5.5, right? If you want to get the 5.5, it might be a wrap for that. Yeah, it might be a wrap for that. You ain't gonna get no good number. Let me just say that. Oh shit, we got here. There we go. Here we go. All right, now let's see. Come on, come on. Damn, damn. King Tut said this game is over already. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, King Tut, because here's the thing about that, King. Here's the thing. These games usually happen like this a lot with these two teams. So we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. Drake May looking shaky. Nah, not yet. Would you hedge by getting the Pats money line? That's actually a good point. If anybody that's still rocking with the Patriots, you may wanna, if you feel like they're going to win, right now is a perfect time. You can get them at good money right now. You can get the Patriots at a price of plus 100. That's dead even money, right? From what they was from the beginning with the minus 5.5. Or what was it with the money line? The money line, you probably didn't like it. It wasn't a good price, right? Now you can get them at a plus 100, right? We're in the first quarter, 6:34 left, first and 10. Denver's on their own 23 right now as we speak. Once again, for anyone that's not listening, it's first quarter, 6 minutes and 34 seconds, first and 10. Denver's on their own 23 right now. You can get New England at plus 100. This is via FanDuel. But that means the other books is probably gonna have them around the same way, y'all. So I'm just letting you guys know. I'm gonna keep updating you with the line as it goes, right? So, second and first for Denver. Denver on their 32. Denver on their own 32. Second and first. I usually tell you this is usually how this game goes. But if you looking for that 5.5 with Denver, you can scratch that unless New England makes another run. Not another run. They make their first run. New England makes their first run, then you can get Denver at a good price. But for right now, you're not gonna get Denver. I'm sorry. If anybody wanted to get them on any underdog money, you're kind of late on that right now because they are winning the game and also they have the ball right now. New England is looking a little shaky, shaky. I expect something to change, right? I do. But sorry, y'all. This is why I always tell people in play is your friend, no matter who you're going for, right? In play is your friend right now. If there's anybody rooting for the New England Patriots, I say that right now. If there's anybody rooting for the New England Patriots, in play is your friend right now. I tell you that. You can get them at a not even with the plus 2.5. This may be a field goal game, right? Even if Denver wins, right? Denver could be down by one and kick the field goal and then beat New England by two. Yes, but I would say be careful with that. If you can get New England Patriots at a plus 3, I would rather that. That would be better, right? But if you're looking for the straight up, you can get them at a plus 116 right now. If anybody's on New England, your time is right now. Don't say I ain't tell you. You have the choice right now. That's why we go live when we talk about these things. The opportunity is right there, but it can still change, y'all. I still think it's going to be a tough game. Game ain't over yet. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to my guys in the chat. This is the New England Patriots versus Denver Broncos live stream. And also with Rig Scripted and Fixed, we also talk about the things that they can't talk about on TV as well. Or they're not allowed to talk about on TV as well. So this is what it's looking like, right? This is what it's looking like. First and 10. Denver Broncos on their own 44. They're on their own 44 right now, right? You can still get New England at a plus 112 on the money line. That's right. Get them likes up. You can still get them with the plus 12. Plus 112. I'm sorry. But if you notice one thing, them sports books is not trying to let up with that plus 2.5. For some reason, they don't want to put New England at a plus 3 or plus 3.5. You guys notice that? Like, think about that. Think about that, y'all. Let's hear a little something.
Harvey for one.
New England's ramping up the pressure now on first down. Smart.
Hey, you can light your torch, be a part of history as Survivor returns for a milestone 50th season. And the new season premieres Wednesday, February 25th on CBS. Got an injured Patriot defender, Robert Spillane, who they lean on a lot in the middle of that linebacking core.
That he is as big a reason. Him, Williams coming back, but they need him. This is big.
Whoa. Not an injured player, commercial. You know how that goes, right? So, I mean, as they doing a commercial, right? We could talk about some. We could talk about some interesting things, right? Um, little funny shit. You know how we always go back to certain quarterbacks. We got 4 quarterbacks that's left right now, right? And I had a not a conversation. I was like one of the very few on the internet years ago, once again, years ago, to talk about certain quarterbacks that win Super Bowls, right? You know, either if you're a black quarterback, you know, if you have this, that, you know, I usually like talk about those things. I've been talking about it for years. And one thing that I spoke about that a lot of people didn't know about or didn't realize is this doesn't happen to all, right? And once again, not all, but for the most part, right? NFL has this theme. They may let it go once in a while, but they have this theme to where like only most of the time you have to be a married man to win the Super Bowl, right? We've seen certain occasions where that wasn't the case. You know, like Aaron Rodgers when he won his first, he wasn't, and he hasn't won one ever since, right? Jalen Hurts wasn't a married man when he won his Super Bowl last year, right? So we've seen it. So let's not get it messed up. We've seen certain quarterbacks not win, having a family and being married and things like that. But you know what's so interesting about this, right? Out of all the four quarterbacks that is left, you got Drake May. He is married. That I spoke about. That's the one. Drake May's married to what's her name? Ann Michael May, right? So he's married. Drake May's married. Jarrett Stidham, he's actually married. Matthew Stafford, he's married. Sam Darnold's the only one out of the 4 quarterbacks that's not married. He's engaged right now. He's currently engaged though. He is currently engaged, but he is not married. So we have 3 out of 4 quarterbacks who are married. So there's a chance we can that won't unless Sam Darnold does win. That's another quarterback who's not married that's able to raise the trophy. But we have 3 left. We have 3 out of the 4 that is married. So that trend is still like on the up and up. So that's a good thing about the trend that I've spoke about years ago, right? Publicly. I think I first spoke about it on Twitter, right? So that's what's going on still. So it's 3 out of 4. Unless, Sam Darnold can break that curse, and what? Win a Super Bowl and then he gets married in the summer or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Just not to get into their personal business because that's dumb. But I'm just saying, with that whole narrative, married quarterbacks. So far, we got 3 out of 4. That's married. So just something to think about, right? So let's look at let's look at the lines. Dancing Poppy says Bovada has it at plus 3.5. I mean, no, plus 3. I'm sorry. So, I mean, if you're using an offshore account, anybody that's using an offshore account, you can get that 3 or 3.5, right? As the regular line, not the alternate line, but as the regular line. So that may be good for you, right? But it went back to the Patriots being favored now because the Patriots got the ball first quarter, 2 minutes, 21 seconds, 1st and 10 on New England's 20. New England got the ball. They're back as a favorite. So anybody that's betting this game right now as you're watching it, it's actually a 50-50 game. That's what it's looking like right now. Right? Because, like I said, the Broncos are going to have their moments, but trust and believe they're not. This is a Broncos versus Patriots matchup, right? And you guys know I was a Patriot fan. Big fan. I already showed you guys me with the jerseys, the videos, everything. I'm well aware of this matchup on how the NFL usually sets up this matchup, right? I was a fan during this. I don't know if I want to call it a rivalry, but I'm very familiar with this whole Patriots versus Broncos thing. This is nothing for me. I'm used to all of this, right? It's just now I don't have no dog in a fight anymore because I'm off of the Patriots, right? So as you can see here, though, they're gonna make it something. Something funny is going to happen. That's basically what I want to tell you guys. Yes, number 14 is out and hurt. Funny, right? For those that's watching, told them about the whole number 14. 14 doesn't always mean a good thing, but they're gonna have 14 in the news or the football news some way somehow. An offensive play name with number 14, a defensive player with 14. Either he gets hurt, he's known for doing something special, right? Or there may be a stat dealing with 14 or 4-1 or 1-4. You may see something like that, right? 14 is the number for over a year now, right? And even things that happen with certain players or certain weeks or 14 that happened years ago, they implemented this year. You guys don't notice that? So right now, Drake May's struggling, right? Patriots is back at a +2.5, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to keep updating you guys as the game is going. That's right. I'm going to put it in your heads just in case anybody wants to go and needs to make a certain bet. But I'm going to tell you in real time. This is in real time. Go and do it. If you want. Yeah. If you want. If you want. You don't have to. But if you want. Hmm. Yeah. No. Okay. Now, all right. See what we got going on here. There you go. All right, so what we got here? What we got here? Commercial time. So what you guys think? What you guys think now? How many of you guys are nervous? Let me see what they talking about. Oh yeah. Like let me tell you something. I'm not one of those that don't even bother me. The bots. That's what I try to tell people. Like I'm not a new YouTuber, right? I could play. I can play the same game with all these bots. That's not going to affect me. I'm gonna play the same game. Y'all want to try? Go ahead. You're gonna have to keep making different accounts, and you're gonna get tired. And trust me, I will not get tired of blocking all those bots. That's the thing. It's a fight that you ain't gonna win. The fight you ain't gonna win. So just come on, get get them out of here. So it looked like, it looked like you guys are saying Denver got it. A lot of you guys feel Denver got it right now so far with the way they have I'm sorry, I can't even get my words out. With the way they have the Patriots looking, I can understand. Right now it stands at +2.5 right now. Once again, 2.5, right? The Patriots is plus 122 on the line. right? With Denver being that minus 120, that minus 2.5, and they're up by seven zip. They're minus 150 on the money line. Does anybody trust would anybody take a minus 150 on the money line right now? I think that's kind of okay, right? Let me say that I think that's, but it could be a little bit of a stretch with this type of game. I would say be careful, right? I would kind of say be careful, but it's easy to say, and then you get angry and you be like, damn, I should have took it when it was priced at minus 150. Now it's priced at 250 or 275, and you may not want to lay that unless you're laying the second game with the Seahawks and the Rams. No matter who you got that game, okay, maybe so, right? But minus around 150 or whatever, I would say see what New England can and would do, right? This would be crazy if it ends up a blowout, right? But I don't know if I see the line staying like this, to be honest with you. It would be surprising. Like I said, I'm not on New England, so it don't make me no difference, right? But let's see. Well, let's just see. There's a podcast that I had that had a sportsbook CEO, and he mentioned how there's a good amount of money on the Rams futures and how they would like the Seahawks money in books giving with less juice side eye. So basically, there's a lot of Rams future money. A lot of Rams future money. Let me tell you something. You guys know I'm on the Rams, right? You guys know I'm on the Rams, and I was taking Seattle secondly anyway. So like this is kind of a I actually hate, as much as I wanted to see this matchup, as you guys know, I still hate this matchup because those are the two teams I was on. You know, those are the two teams I was on. I preached about the Seahawks. I really did. It's backed up. For anybody that that's watching that don't believe me, it's all backed up there. I've been speaking about it. So I kind of hate this matchup. I do. I really do. But I can understand. I can see the Seahawks going. I can. I'm just wondering how would they make this Super Bowl exciting without people saying that, oh yeah, we know it's just about the casuals, right? Which is very, very true. But how would they make this exciting? Sam Darnold against Drake May, Sam Darnold against what's his name? Sam Darnold against Stidham, right? We have to see. We gotta see. We got. I think the Super Bowl needs more notable names. To be honest with you, they need more notable names in this Super Bowl. I'll tell you this much too. I heard a conversation about who would they put who over. If Matthew Stafford loses this game, I will not put him over Aaron Rodgers. There's no way he could be over Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't win the Super Bowl this year. He has to win. He has to win. If he doesn't win, he can't be put over Aaron Rodgers. I do not care. Because I know, a lot of people say, oh, the old man Rodgers. Yeah, yeah. If Matthew Stafford can't win this, he's no different than Aaron Rodgers. And yes, I'm saying that. Yeah, I hear a lot of I hear a lot of Seahawks talk. Yeah, of course. I've seen things that actually can equal to the Seahawks. I've seen things that can actually equal to the Patriots too, especially with that number 2 and 7, right? One thing people don't realize, whenever you see 2 and 7 a lot, you got to be careful because I'm not gonna say that can be coded, but you know what that can represent? That can represent New England Patriots as the number 2 seed winning their 7th seed. Right? So even though it's 14, 14 is the coded number, the Patriots as a number 2 seed can win their 7th seed. That's 27, y'all. That's still something to look out for, right? And then I can also say, a lot of people in the chat for the last couple of weeks has been talking about the Patriots winning because of the 25th and 205th America anniversary, right? Okay, you saying I'm winning, but you're not talking about the Super Bowl matchup. What could the Super Bowl matchup be? It would make more sense if it's Patriots and Rams, because if it's the 250th, that's the number 2 seed versus the number 5 seed. Wouldn't that make sense, y'all? Because I heard Patriots 250 matchup, Patriots versus Eagles. This was earlier in the playoffs, right? This was like 2 weeks ago and shit. I heard that. I heard them and the Patriots and the 49ers. I didn't hear Patriots and Rams for the 250th anniversary. To me, it would make more sense if you do a 250th anniversary Patriots versus the Rams, because the Patriots is the number 2 seed, the Rams is the number 5 seed. That's the 2-5 right there. In the 2025 season, wouldn't that make sense, y'all? Patriots versus Rams in the 2025 season, right? And then America turns 250 this year. That makes more sense. If they was gonna go down. If they was gonna go that route. That's it. That's if. Just something to, just something to like think about, you know? Just something to think about, just to let you guys know. I could see Jimmy G's appearance in the Super Bowl. He's marketable. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised if my prediction is somebody's gonna go down today. Somebody's gonna get injured today. I really do think somebody's gonna get injured today. I think if it ain't this game, it could be Stafford or it can be what's his name? Sam Darnold. I do think somebody's gonna get injured today. I do. I think somebody's gonna get injured today, and we would have like a backup, right? But I won't be surprised once again about the whole thing if Jimmy G was to happen. Like I told you guys last week. I'm telling you, remember where you heard that first. Because let me tell you what's gonna happen. If that happens today, Twitter and social media is going to be flooded all over the place, right? For anyone that rocks me, I just need you guys to do me a favor, please. And this is all I'm asking, right? Whenever you see that, if you see that on any media posts, right? Please at me and at the live where I said that, right? So take a screenshot of that live. I think that wasn't the Sean versus Sean live. It was the live before, right? Take a shot of that thumbnail and then tag me when you're commenting on that post saying that this guy Ben said this was gonna happen way before you guys jumped on it. Because if that does happen, if Jimmy G does get to play, nobody else was calling it. Now I'm starting to see Jimmy G's picture even more. Adam Scheffner, he posted something and had Jimmy G in it. Another notable football Twitter posted something with Matthew Stafford and it had like Jimmy G like right behind him. You starting to see Jimmy G picture come up a lot, right? So I just want you guys to know, for those that don't know, I already spoke about Jimmy G coming in and saving the day, or is a possible chance he can come in and save the day. That conversation been had already, right? Because it's going to happen. They're going to have, just like I remember when me and Lobo had the conversation about Pittsburgh getting what's his name? Their new head coach, Aaron Rodgers, former coach, right? We had that conversation before it happened. Said Mike McCarthy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, Mike McCarthy gonna go to Pittsburgh. And I said, yes, that makes sense. Want to know why? Because he's from Pittsburgh. Right? And then I said, wouldn't it be funny if we get the whole Steelers versus the Green Bay Packers this year? Maybe I was 1 year too early with it. Wouldn't that be funny? Now that's a conversation that we would have to go back to if that was to happen next year. But it would be kind of a suspect stretch if NFL was just let that happen, though. That's too suspect. Right now, it's too suspect if Aaron Rodgers does stay, but that's a different conversation for a different time. There's a lot of things we spoke on that the media is going to speak about, right? It's not new. Oh, yeah. Speaking about the whole Gaethje shit, right? Because what Gaethje was from, he fights. So Gaethje from Arizona or is he from Denver? Now I'm asking you guys because I see that's the conversation you guys is having. Steelers ain't ain't doing nothing. Yeah. I really don't. I'm not a Steelers fan. I really don't give a fuck. I don't. Yeah. That's why it's better to be a fan of nobody, except for getting me my wins. That's what I care about. No legacy, no team. And once again, when I stopped being faithful to a team, it happened to be a team that was on the winning end. You know, so it wasn't like I stopped being a favorite of a team because they was a loser, aka the Patriots. The Patriots fan always was, and we already know how that goes. Let's hear what they talking about.
Fans, get ready for the 2026 NFL Pro Bowl games. Powered by Verizon. Just watch the league's top stars face off in an AFC versus NFC flag football showdown, coached by Hall of Famers Jerry Rice and Steve Young. You can catch all the action Tuesday, February 3rd on ESPN and Disney XD. So early gamble here, assuming they're not just trying to draw them
What they going
offsides.
for? What they going for?
Who's almost automatic from inside the 50.
He's trying to draw offsides, right? That's what they trying to draw. Let's see what happens.
And take it right to him and produce a touchdown on this drive.
I mean, I might actually kick this because
Now I know what you guys are talking about because Justin Gaethje won yesterday and he beat Patty the Batty, right? And Patty's known from England, and you Gaethje Denver, and Denver beating New England just like last night. Yeah, of course.
these guys are
Of course. Let's see what happens.
in the middle. Got to throw it.
Oh, they're coming after him, and he is intercepted.
Interception. Whoa.
It would have only made a difference of a yard or two because they stop him anyway.
Interception. Patriots. See, it's the bullshit. It's the bullshit. That's the bullshit, right? Yeah. Now let's see what that. Now let's see. But you know what's so crazy? The Patriots is still plus 2.5 on the line. They are still plus 2.5. Denver is a minus 2.5, minus 130 on the money line. New England Patriots is a plus 102 on the money line. So what you guys think of that? The Patriots got the ball now. So now it's slowed up with that whole Denver shit. You see that we knew that was gonna happen. They're gonna make this game exciting some way, somehow. Why does no team take the points? You know what it was for years? For years, the whole thing with kicking it's been bad, right? And the argument was, why don't teams be more aggressive? Now we see teams be more aggressive, right? So it's like you can't win anyway, which is weird, right? Yeah, New England got the ball. People got to understand sports betting affects everything that you see. That's the reason why I always incorporate it in these conversations. A lot of people that cover sports, that talk about the game and things like that. One flaw I have about them, right? No disrespect to none of them, right? But a lot of guys who go live and they talk about sports, right? Whether you believe it or not, right? Whether you think it's rigged or not, forget about that. Forget about that. The conversations they tend to have is halfway, right? When I try to give them a listen, it kind of hurts my ears because when I hear a lot of guys talk about sports, they'll talk about the team, they'll talk about injuries, they'll talk about this and that, they'll talk about all of that, but they never really talk about how sports betting actually affects these lines, how sports betting affects the game as a whole. They always get away from that. I'm not sure if they're being told not to talk about it because you do have some YouTube pages that they have sponsorship, right? But it's like they can never speak about how sports betting affects these games. And I think that's the bad part. And you're doing your listeners a disservice when you do that. I think you should be fair and mention how sports betting affects, like you saw with Donald asks, why don't teams just go for the points? You'll hear another YouTuber try to sound smart and say some shit that's just very irrelevant. Like, yeah, okay, you just speaking some political shit. Let's speak about how they don't. It's the reason why. It's because sports betting has a huge effect. All these bets, When people got overs and people got unders and things of that nature, that matters. That's a big reason why a lot of people, a lot of teams are not going for the extra points, the 3 points that is, right? Let's just be aggressive and go for the touchdown or go for the first down, right? Whether they get it or fail, it depends on what the line is. It depends on who has to win. I don't know. Can't speak on that, right? But you guys have to always keep in your mind sports betting has a lot to do with everything that we question. Everything, and it will always be that way, and it will never change. No matter if you want it to change, suck it up. It's not gonna change. It is what it is. It's here for the stay. Right? That's what it is. Because if 100% if 100% of the country all bets on one team, we do know the line's gonna move drastically, right? They may end up being a goddamn minus 400, minus 500, or whatever. But let's just say everybody says to themselves, "I don't care if I can make $100 off of this game." When there's a lot of people that have the big bankroll, they can make 500 or 1,000 or even 15,000 off of the game. There may be somebody that says, you know what, I'm willing to bet 500 just to win 100 because I know they're gonna win for sure. If everybody bets one way, do you think the sports books would like that? No, they won't like that. So there has to be some type of control going on, you know? So I mean, so yeah, right now, another update. New England Patriots, they are still a plus 2.5. That's right. They are still a plus 2.5 as we go on. They're still plus 2.5. They are plus 100 on the money line. Right? Denver leading 7-zip. They're minus 2.5. You can get that at 102. Minus 102. Right? But with the money line itself, you can get them at a minus 128. So how are you guys feeling? Are you feeling like you should do that, or you're just waiting? There's still a second half. You waiting to see what goes on. Because this game's like a 50-50 right now. But they're going to make this exciting. Let Denver start off and look good in the beginning, and then it gets tiring, right? So we in the second quarter. 7:19 left. 3rd and 3 on New England's 38. Yes, Canelo did throw the fight against Crawford. That was the easiest with the whole 42, with the number 42 being involved. That was the easiest bet somebody could have made. There was no chance that Canelo was winning that fight at all. Let's see. Let's go.
Buffalo, Minnesota, and now New England. Kyle Williams, watch out for him. He's a speedster. Rookie wideout has come in for this. Next snap, 3rd and 3. And there's May in traffic. Just got back to the line of scrimmage. Zach Allen brought him down.
Yeah, sack. Is that Allen, right? That's the number 95?
Well, you're going to see the pressure. You put all these guys up in here, make it look like everyone's coming, then you end up just rushing 4. But that speeds Drake Mason, turn a clock up. I thought he had a chance to throw in the middle of the field if he reset his feet. That's a young player dealing with the pressure still early in the ballgame.
Yeah, he's the number 99 dude, Allen, that had got it. So, there you go. Right back to Denver, y'all. How do you guys feel right now? How do you guys feel right now? I mean, me personally, I still don't think they're gonna let him outshine Tom Brady, but that's just me. I don't really speak on the Patriots too much because it's been too much hype. A lot of things I've been seeing with them. Is it possible they can go to the Super Bowl? Yeah, it is possible, but I don't know. I don't know. Somebody made a point, which we've been speaking about for a long time too, that they're not gonna let Drake May have more success than Josh Allen, and they play in the same division because you want to know what same success means. Yes, Josh Allen has, he got an MVP. He has certain stats. Yes, he been in the league. He started in 2018. Yes, we know. We get that. We do get that. But one thing he has failed to do is win a Super Bowl, right? Drake May comes in. This is his second year. They play in the same division, right? and he's able to get a Super Bowl, how would that make Josh Allen look? It'll make him look kind of crazy. So I understand. I understand that. I understand that. So I mean, that's just my opinion, right? Because I do understand the whole America. Yeah. But I mean, we can also see, um, after the Seahawks, after this, oh no, not the Seahawks. After the Eagles had won the championship, that time with Nick Foles, right? The next year, we had got the Rams and Patriots, right? Last year, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Is it a chance that we see the Patriots and the Rams again? Not saying I'm rooting for that too, once again. Not saying I'm rooting for that, but is there a chance that we see the Patriots and the Rams again after the Eagles went and won the Super Bowl? That's what happened in the year Nick Foles. Just a question. Don't take it serious. You know? Yeah, I mean, I understand a lot of people do say, that was a horrible Super Bowl. I mean, to me, I'm gonna tell you this. To me, to watch that Super Bowl was boring. But who I had to win it, and also when you're betting, honestly, I really don't care. As long as I get the outcome that I wanted, that's all that mattered to me. That's the reason why I never really talk about that Super Bowl. I watched it thoroughly, right? 13-3, okay, but as long as I get the outcome that I needed, bro, I really didn't care how boring that joint was, to be honest with you. I really didn't care. Just give me my outcome, right? Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, some people in the chat got Pats Rams. They trying to make the Pats look bad. I mean, I tried to tell people this was coming. Tried to tell people this was coming. I mean, so many people were so confident on the Patriots, right? Because of what they did against the Chargers, what they did against. Oh wow. Okay, what they did against the Chargers, what they did against the Texans last week. I always tell people you be careful about that. Be careful about making teams look so good all the time. That usually comes and bites them in the ass. This was somebody that was a fan of all of this. I used to see all that, and it never made no sense to me. Like, yo, how come to put it like this? Too much celebrating, there's always a bad thing. And what I said on Lowe's show, it may not. I'll tell you this. With the way the Patriots was celebrating last week, right? With the way the Patriots was celebrating last week, you would have thought that they won the Super Bowl already. I said next week they're going to struggle. Meaning like it ain't going to be an easy game. And sure enough, look what's going on in this game, right? If they come away with a sneaky win, fine. But too much celebrating. Like 95% of the time, when I tell you guys this, I'm usually right. Too much celebrating. That's how people lose. Because when they see a team get a nice blowout and they celebrating, I'm like, be careful. Be careful with that. Remember what the 49ers was celebrating after they did that shit to the Eagles, right? When the Eagles missed in the end and too much celebrating, I said they gonna get smacked. The 49ers is gonna get cracked the next game. And sure enough, look what happened. Too much celebrating. When you celebrate too much, as if you already won the conference championship already, or you won the Super Bowl, you usually lay an egg. That happens a whole lot. What we got? What we got right now? Second quarter, 3:32 left. Third and fourth. on Denver's 33. So Denver's on their own 33. Third and fourth right now. That's what it's looking like. Yes, the Pats celebrated heavy. Remember? Stephon Diggs almost looked like he was about to cry. They kept showing what's his name? Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft left 2 minutes early, right? And they actually show him get up and leave. You know, like on some cocky shit, like this game is over, and you say all the Pats celebrating. That's fine, people. Of course, you want to celebrate when you win, but you didn't actually win anything. You didn't win. You didn't win the AFC Championship. This wasn't an AFC Championship game. And like I always say, when you celebrate too much, it doesn't end well. That's what happened with the Bears. Remember what the Bears did to the Packers? You saw the celebrating they was doing. Look what happened. Look what happened the next week. Right? Shit, it even happened to the Steelers when the Steelers was able to beat the Ravens. Right? Look what happened. Look what happened. I can keep going on. I mean, I can talk about every Super Bowl. No, I don't even want to even get to the Super Bowl because I can understand winning the conference championship and celebrating. I can. Right? But when you don't win anything, the celebrating gets a little bit too, like, you're doing it too prematurely. Like, it's too early. Right? So, that's what that is. So, I mean, Denver really can't do nothing right now. 4th and 24 on their 13, right? Second quarter, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, right? New England is now a favorite, y'all. So you can get New England at a -2.5. I'm sorry, you can get New England at a -2.5. Denver with the +2.5, right? And Denver's +124 on the money line. New England is -158 on the money line. So for those who want to know right now, New England -2.5. They're back as the favorite. So, I mean, do they score this time? Do we see a 7-7 game going into halftime? AKA the 14. Do we see a 14 going into halftime? I don't know. I won't be surprised if they do score. But because New England, yeah, second or fourth on Denver 6 right now. Second or fourth on Denver 6. Most likely they'll be scoring. Right? Let's hear what they're talking about.
It's a touchdown.
And they didn't blow the whistle. New England would already be in the end zone with the touchdown on that turn.
That's why I thought it was a touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah. Still a huge play, and that's the turnover you couldn't have. Now things shifted very quickly.
From the 12. Quick pass. Booty and Moss cuts him down after a gain of 6.
And the emotional level right there for Drake May, that gets you started, right? Nothing's been going great. You've only had one real pass. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh, we can do this. I can go tie the game after this feeling to start this game. It's like you're right back in it.
2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Patriots have.
I don't know. I think they do score and make it a 14-14 game.
Now 6 yards.
I think they score. Let's see. There you go. Touchdown. 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 There you go. There you go. There you go. Figured that was going to happen. We kind of saw that. Happening. We kind of saw that one happening. I mean, going to halftime 7-7. 2 7s. Going into halftime and 2 7s. There you go. I'm telling you, people, you got to be careful with this game, man. Got to be careful with this game. This game was an iffy one. This game was an iffy one. It was a real iffy one, man. I don't have no dog in the fight on this game. Right? But it ain't over, though. It ain't over. It ain't over. You know what? You know what's so funny about the NFL? Whenever somebody scores, they always make sure to have those cameras pointing towards on the top of the stadium. Not the top of the stadium, but whoever's in the owner's box and shit like that. You notice that? Like, they always do that. Yes, we know Robert Kraft is here. We know Robert Kraft is at the game. We know that. We know he's in Denver. Okay. You got to show him. The next touchdown, they're going to show whoever scores, they're going to show it again and again and again. But right now, it's 7-7, right? The 14 is coming into play, as we said. And to give you guys a heads up, New England Patriots is 7, Denver Broncos 7, and the line is back at what it started when the game kicked off. That is 3.5. And I can understand why, because it's still in the first half and it's tied up. So it's almost like the game is even. So the books put it back to what it started with before kickoff. That's what it is. You can get New England Patriots with a -186 on the money line. -146 on the money line. Denver Broncos, you can get them at a +144 on the money line. That's right, you heard what I said. A +144 for those that's rocking with Denver. The ones that's rocking with Denver. If you ain't rocking with Denver, you're fine. Yeah, whatever. Right? So if anybody likes to, let me tell you something too, right? This game could also end in a field goal. Right? So if you think New England may just steal a game, you still got some time to get Denver at a +3.5. And you know what's so crazy too? Check this out, y'all. Well, the line now is -2.5. Flip once again. See, this is why I like doing this in real time. It flipped once again because just a couple of seconds ago when I was talking, Denver was a +3.5 at a -140. -140 at a +3.5. That seemed like a good deal. Even though you may not want to spend them, you may not want to spend the juice of 140. You may like a -110, which is understandable. But I don't know. But you can forget about that because it's back at 2.5. See, the books, it's something that the books know and they don't want to let up. They don't want to let up something. This is a very suspect game, people. I'm not gonna lie, like now, and it flipped back to 3.5 too. Now, once again, it's 3.5. So as I'm speaking again in real time, it's back at 3.5. For those that feel like they're comfortable with the 3.5, you can get the 3.5 right now back with the Broncos. So the Broncos is getting 3.5 points back again. It's I just want to say, be careful. Anybody that's, well, if you already have a bet on this game, you're already locked in. But anybody that wants to get in the game right now, be careful. You're going to see a whole bunch of crazy shit. This game is going to be a wacky game. And I kind of figured that we was going to get a wacky game this game. I think it's going to be more whacked out this game than the next game, to be honest with you. The NFC, we've seen so many whacked out games. I don't think we've seen too many whacked out games in the AFC. Right, y'all? If I'm not mistaken. If you think about 2 weeks ago, and then you also think about last week, I'm talking about like whacked out shit going on. I know you can say the Denver versus Buffalo game, right? But it was only really that whole Josh Allen pass that some debate if it was a catch or an interception or whatever. I think that's the only thing, right? But in the AFC, I don't think we got so much whacked out shit like we had in the NFC the past 2 weeks, right? With the whole comebacks and shit, the Rams did a comeback, what the Bears did, like just so much crazy shit, right? I think we seen it more in the NFC. I think we're gonna see it here today in this AFC Championship matchup. I don't know if we'll see it too much going on in the next game, to be honest. I think all the bullshit gonna happen now. And as by reading your comments, right? I'm reading all you guys' comments. A lot of you guys seem to be confused about what's going to happen. Shout out to my guys in the chat. Bomb. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Reading the comments, a lot of you guys really don't know where to go. You're sitting there watching the game, right? You're sitting there watching the game. Hope Boy says score 14-10, 14-10. So you basically think this is gonna be a snooze fest type of game. I can see it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but Denver, it's possible. It's possible, but it's back at 2.5. Can they score before the half? The Rams Seahawks will be crazy. Now, do you think it'll be crazy as far as like an exciting game or wacky shit going on? Let's see. Kind of interesting game going on, right? I'm pretty sure you guys seen all the theories that has been going on all over the net with the Super Bowl. Okay. Of course they are. So, yeah. Denver didn't get 3 for a reason earlier. You talking about King in the chat. You talking about in the spread they gave? You talking about before the game the spread of 3? That's what you talking about? Like Denver went down to 3? That'll be crazy. I ain't see that. Let me know. Please confirm if that's what you're talking about. Floyd says, I think the Rams game will be high scoring, but like you said earlier, an injury can occur. I do think an injury will happen next game. I think an injury will happen next game. Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Oh, almost got another interception. Almost got another interception. You know what? You know what would be a cool bet for anybody? Let me just say this. I'm gonna keep it real. For those that probably don't know what to do. This is one of my classic favorite bets. The win margin. I love the win margin. Well, the 1 through 6 joint. That's still cool. That's still cool. But besides that, if you still want some plus money in the win margin, to be honest with you, they stretched it out. Let's go by the 10 points. The 10 points would be better, right? With the whole win margin shit, right? If you could find that on your book, you can get New England Patriots winning 1 to 10 points at minus 115. Right? That's if you're not going with the money line straight up. But at the end, but you might as well just do it. Right? 4th and 6. Denver on their own 49, 4th and 6. 4th and 6, y'all. 4th and 6, Denver on their own 49. You can get Denver Broncos to win 1 to 10 points. You can get that at a plus 200. A plus 200, you can get Denver Broncos winning 1 to 10 points. But you can get the New England Patriots winning 1 to 10 points at a minus 110. This is win margin. If you're looking for some plus money or, things of that nature. New England Patriots to win 11 to 20 points, you can get that at a plus 480. Denver Broncos winning 11 to 20 points, you can get that at plus 1700. Now, I don't think it gets further than that. With New England winning 21 to 30 or Denver Broncos winning 21 to 30. So I don't even got to read that line. I don't think that's going to happen. But you can still get it at some good odds with the win margin. assuming that this is a tight game, which I do think is going to be a tight game. Once again, I think it's going to go down. I won't be surprised if it goes down to a field goal. Right? What are they doing? Yeah, I figured that. Okay, yeah. So they kicking it back to New England. So it looked like New England's going to have the ball before the half. You know. Yeah, this is a game. Honestly, people, y'all looking for a high scoring game. You ain't get. I don't know if you get a high scoring game in this game, to be honest with you. But that's Denver's recipe. Denver's not always a high scoring team. I'll tell you this: after they won Super Bowl 50, right? After they had won Super Bowl 50, you never really saw Denver score a lot of points. This year they did something, but if you really check out like after Super Bowl 50, pay attention to their games. A lot of their games was low scoring games. A lot of them, because I watched it. Yo, you see this guy, the Walter Payton Man in the Year, your man Hunter Henry. Don't he look like Tom Brady from back then? Yeah. A lot of people getting mad. A lot of people don't like this game. A lot of people think this game boring. Nobody like this game. This game would have been better with Knicks, but all the games not good, and the better ones are only better in the second half. I tell people, just wait for the second half. As fans, we needed the Bills and the Bears in these games. I would say that until I'm blue in the face. You mean as far as excitement? Okay. See, this is what I say. It depends on how you look at it. For me, any team that, let's say, I got money on and I'm rooting for, if they're going against a team that's going to make the game exciting, I wouldn't even want to see it, to be honest with you, because I would want the team that I'm rooting for to be up so big that it ends up being a boring game. That way, I know I can comfortably cash my ticket. But if you are somebody that's a fan and want to watch it, New England already got a fourth down. They're giving the ball right back to Stidham with 57 seconds left, right? But if you just want to watch the game as a fan, then I can understand where you're coming from. So yes, Denver Broncos get the ball one more time. They get the ball one more time. I'm gonna assume one more time before the half. Now you would think they score now, right? Let's see what happens. I mean, all they got to do is maybe get it to New England's shit. They're already at the 50 right now. If they can get it to New England's 35, maybe at best, right? I would probably say 35, maybe 40, and go for the field goal, right? 10 more yards. Let's see what they can do in 48 seconds left, right? Let's see what they do there. Be able to get a field goal, and they can go up by 3. Anybody got not Bo Nix, but Stidham and the Broncos with the spread right now in the first half? You know, for those I like the whole first half shit. You never know. Yeah, they been should have had the lead. Field goal incoming. Be fired. Did you see Bad Bunny on the horses? Yes, I did see that. 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 Yes, I saw that. I saw that clue. Yes, I'm not gonna hold you. I did see that clue. Yes. A lot of people's on Denver, man. Listen. If that 5.5 hits, shout out to y'all. I already know where I stand. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone that went and listened to it, the 5.5 does hit. We had another one. That's another 5.5 that hits for the goddamn year. Try to tell y'all. I can't be giving up these goods, man. Hopefully it does hit for y'all and myself, right? It ain't look like it sound like it looked like he's not allowed to score, bro. Yeah, it's back to 2.5. New England's favored at 2.5 right now. And then once again, for the fact that a lot of favorites in the public won last week and also the week before, I don't think the same results will happen this week. Especially what we got 2 games left, which is the one that's going on and the one that's going to be later with the Rams and the Seahawks. I expect the dog to win on one of those games, one of these games. Let's see. I mean, yeah, not number 4. I'm telling you, though. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm still curious to know how they're gonna set how are they gonna set the Super Bowl up? Like what are they gonna what's the matchup? Any rematches or will the NFL give a Rams versus Broncos, which will be new? If they going because they good for their rematches. How they gonna set this shit up now? Who knows? We gotta see. I'm looking at body language too. Is the Broncos plus 5.5 cooked? No. Why you say that? Why you say that? Why? Because it's gonna be 7. It's gonna be 7-7. That's a tie game going in the half, right? So to me, that's like zip. That's like zip zip. I wonder if this is gonna be a field goal game for New England Patriots. You know, ends at 14.5. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Look at that 40 right there. That's crazy, right? That 14, man. Listen, that 14. You know what? For Super Bowl, I'm thinking if I should get the number 14 tatted on my arm. I'm really thinking about that.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. Maybe I should get the number 14 tatted on my arm. Because of how I code. Now, I don't even like saying coded this shit because I don't do gematria. But how I was straight up and told everybody about the 14. Like, this is like one of the biggest numbers. Listen. I'm being honest. I don't really care about the game being exciting for me. I'm telling you guys. Once again, I tell people I watch the game. I watch the game differently from how everybody else watches the game. I don't watch the game the same way. To be honest with you, I don't care about a boring game. Listen, none of it is real. It's not real. Never will be real. Yeah, that's a flag. Yeah. It never would be real. Whatever I need to hit or whatever information that I did research on, as long as I'm right about it, or whatever hits, whatever I need to hit. The NFL can't make every game exciting. Field goal game. Field goal game. Hold on. Third and 15. Got a timeout on New England right now. So, but they got the first down, though. They got the first down, right? First down on Denver's 45. So maybe New England can get the field goal, y'all, right? What do you think? I mean, it's 1 second left, so they most likely they're gonna go for the field goal, right? With 1 second left and try to see what they do. I mean, you might as well at this point. Oh, they're out of time. Though there's 1 second left. Ernesto said B equals 1 letter and fire equals 4 letters. They go to they go to 14. And Ernesto, hold on. You do know I turned 41 this year too. I turned 41 this year. So we got halftime, y'all. He missed. That's the deal. The number 14 strikes again. Tied game 7-7. The chat is letting the world be known. I'm watching it. It is a tie game. 2 missed field goals. 1 from the Broncos. 1 from the New England Patriots. And it sticks with 14 points. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Tried to tell you that 14 means a lot. Okay? The 14 means a lot. The 14 is very, very important. And I think you guys have to realize that. It means something. Now we go into halftime. 7-7. A lot of people think it's a boring game. We want action. Maybe they'll save that for latest game. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'd rather it had been exciting now and boring later on, to be honest. I'm dead serious. I'm so serious. I'd rather it be that way, but it looks like we may get an exciting game later on today. My thoughts on this game. Okay, I'll tell you this. My thoughts on this. This game is kind of like NFL has been doing this for years. A game that's very anticipated usually is the boring game. That's something else that I've learned years ago when I was going into my transition of, how I felt about sports. I've always noticed that. I've always paid attention to the sports media, how they spoke on a certain game, of how exciting it's going to be, and things of that nature. Everybody, they tuned in. Whether they're at work, they're listening to the game, listening to a stream, they are on their couch, wherever, in the sports book, they're just excited about this particular game because that's all you kept hearing about. But it really doesn't deliver. That's the reason why I tell you guys I'm not in shock. This is what we always see. When you anticipate a game, it usually ends up boring. It usually ends up boring. You really don't see talked about games too much, and it ends up like one of those 40 40-40 type games or 20-21 at the half or whatever it is. You usually don't see that. They talk about the game too much. It was a dead giveaway. That's why I never get hype over any game. None. I don't get hype over no game. I take my emotions take my emotions out of it. Because you know what this is doing? When you hear about a overly hyped game, it still goes back to betting. You know how many people right now they piss right now because they have a whole bunch of same game parlays. I'll say that. No matter who they think is going to win, same game parlays is killing them in the ass right now unless they betting on the unders. Right? But if they betting on overs, such and such to have a certain amount of yards, this player to have a touchdown, this player to have this, there's probably a whole bunch of people that got Diggs for a touchdown. Even though the game's not over, we have a second half to go still. But you know how many people, or Diggs to get 2 touchdowns, or Drake May to throw a touchdown in the first half or something like that, and he didn't even do that. He's the one that ran in and got a touchdown. Right? These games, that's the games that's talked about a lot. You have to be careful. You got to look at it with the side eye. I'm reading the comment. I'm reading the comments right now, guys. So, I mean, let's go to the odds. Let's go to the odds. It's 3.5 right now. So it stands at 3.5. New England Patriots minus 3.5. Right? Minus 194 in the money line. Plus 150 for the Denver Broncos. Right? I'll tell you this. If New England goes and just blows Denver out, right? If New England goes and blows Denver out, I would say the whole Nick Foles storyline and the whole 2017 season, promoting that was a waste. They put that all now. I know they just ain't gonna copy the whole season. Like I know they're not gonna do that. But the fact that they had to bring that up, it's kind of just to have a whack blowout game. And that's why I say keep your expectations in the middle. Right? Just always expect some dumb shit. Because if they're gonna have New England just run away in the second half, I mean a lot of people gonna be mad. I ain't gonna care. But a lot of people's gonna be upset. They're gonna be like, okay, y'all made a big deal for this game just for Stidham to blow it. What was the sense of even talking about him? That's just how I feel. Or maybe he does catch fire in the second half. Remember, it's a 7-7 game. Right? It's tied up. 7-7. Let's see what happens. If Diggs gets another game winner, he's kind of quiet now. He ain't doing nothing. What's that 500? Diggs? Stidham is playing like a backup. Yeah, because that's his role, to be a backup. Nothing more, nothing less. Shout out to my guys in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Yes, we are talking about the game. 7-7. It is half time. Yes. Who is going to the Super Bowl this year? Is it the Patriots? Is it the Broncos? Right? Both of these teams have success with going to the Super Bowl. They were like out of the 4 last AFC teams, right? Out of the last 4 AFC teams, these 2 teams were they were 2 of the teams out of the last 4. Because the other one were Chiefs and one time with the Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. But besides the Chiefs and the Bengals, it has been the Patriots and the Broncos. So, if they go back to the Super Bowl, this ain't nothing new for any one of these two teams right here. Same old, right? So we got to see. I mean, what do they have in store this game? Man, the Patriots would be an easy fade in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I would like to see the matchup. And matter of fact, we're gonna go with the lines. Do you know the lines is out, right? For each Super Bowl matchup, it's already out. They just said the Patriots is 0-4 when trailing at the half, 1-4 coming. Tom Brady born in 77. The Patriots win. 2 missed field goals. Let me say this: 1-4. The whole 1-4 thing, very possible. But I also told people always pay attention to the number 5. Number 5 comes into play. Number 5 is coming into play. Just want you guys to know that. So don't just dismiss 5. Don't dismiss 5. It means something. Want me to go over the Super Bowl lines? All right, let's go. I could do that. Oh, they took it off. But hold on, Dancing. No worries, because I made sure to snap a picture of it. Yes, both teams are playing poor on purpose. Of course, they're not. They're doing what they. Remember, these guys are doing what they're told. They're not doing what they want. They're doing what they're told. But yes, I'm going to go over it because I made sure I took a picture of that shit. Right? Okay, right? So Seattle and Denver. That's one combination, right? For those, just hear me out. This is what the lines would be. If Denver pulls out the game today and Seattle pulls out the game and we get a Seattle Seahawks versus Denver, right? Hear me out, y'all. Let's talk about the spread, straight up. With the spread, it will be 7.5. Seattle Seahawks will be favorite with the 7.5 over the Broncos if we get a Seattle versus the Broncos versus Denver, right? That'll be 7.5 in favor of Seattle. If we get Seattle and New England, if New England wins this game and Seattle wins later, right? Seattle will be favorite by 3.5 points, right? Seattle will be favorite 3.5 points. So Seattle's going to be favorite no matter what if they win tonight. Boom, right? Now, if the Rams win and the Broncos also win, the Rams will be favorite minus 8.5. The Rams will be minus 8.5 over the Denver Broncos. Broncos will be plus 8.5. Now, that's the third line. The fourth line, the Rams versus the Patriots. Now, the Rams will actually be favored. The Rams will be favored by 3.5 points. New England with the plus 3.5. So there you go. So if Seattle goes against the Broncos, or if the Rams go against the Broncos, it will be a minus 7.5 or a minus 8.5. That's what that's going to be. If the Patriots win, the Patriots is going to be an underdog by 3.5 points, no matter what happens with the Rams and it's Seattle. That's what that is. So now you guys know. Denver Broncos will be an 8.5 or a 7.5 underdog, no matter what. New England will be a plus 3.5 underdog, no matter what. So Denver or New England is not going to be favorite in the Super Bowl. Just to let you guys know that. No matter what happens right now, none of these two teams that's playing will be the favorite in the Super Bowl. It will be the Rams or the Seahawks that's going to be favored. Even though the Rams are even though the Rams are a 5th seed, they will be favored in the Super Bowl. Seattle, obviously we know that. They will be favored in the Super Bowl. So there you guys go. So you got Rams, Broncos over the Rams plus 1900, Broncos over the Seahawks plus 1900. Yes, because they're gonna be a big dog. Yeah. The Rams versus the Pats is also a rematch. Yes. Yep. The Rams favorite easily across the board. Yeah, just like Seattle. So basically the NFC's favorite across the board. Yep. Absolutely. What are the totals for the game with Denver in them? Hold on, that part. Damn, I didn't snap that part. My fault. I didn't snap that part. I made sure to get the lines more, most importantly for me, I got the lines. That's what I got. My fault on that. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back to online and see if I can see something. Because we in halftime. Yeah, they don't have it. They don't have it. Nah, they don't got it. Took it down. Yeah, they took it down. That's only because this game is going on, so they took it down. Yeah. So LA, and in the comments somebody no, okay, let's say what y'all talking about. The Rams over the Broncos is plus 550. The Rams over the Patriots is a plus 420, which I think, yeah, those are interesting, right? New England over the Rams is a plus 650, and New England over the Seahawks is a plus 600. Now, of course, that's going to change, which is doing right now. But the Rams to beat New England Patriots, that's a plus 410. That's the one I kind of. I'm not saying I got my eye on that and I want that to happen, but that's the one that's like, I get a side eye. It's plus 410 right now. Like, why that number? New England Rams to beat the New England Patriots. I'm sorry, I said New England Rams. Los Angeles Rams to beat the New England Patriots as a plus 410. That's the one that's a little suspect to me. I'm raising my eyebrow on that one. Not saying it's going to happen, but anyway, third quarter is going on. They talking about. Let's see.
He's close. I think he might have fallen right on the line needed.
What a big-time call by Josh McDaniels. You're going to give us this crazy look where we don't know what we have to do in the pass game. We'll just run it right at you and get the first down, move the chains. That's huge for field position and for the ability for you to go down and score. And Stevenson, who's played great this year, big one there.
Yeah, he ran right into the back of his right tackle.
First down. Listen. You don't want the game to get anybody that's on Denver to win this game straight up. You don't want New England to open up the game.
On average in these 2 playoff games before today, and here he is again. A hard-earned one. And Evan, down to you.
Yeah, Jim, the conditions as you laid out, they've changed dramatically.
So there you go. Now this is what you guys been waiting for. It's the second half now. It's time for the bullshit. It's time for the bullshit, right? Seattle over the Broncos, plus 460. Seattle over the Patriots, plus 300. Yes. What do you think on that conference? What do you think on what conference is more exciting, the NFC or the NFC from what you're seeing? The NFC, hands down. The NFC. And NFC. NFC is more, right? It's they rig their games better. Their games is more exciting. They rig it more. I've said that. I've said that from the get go. I said in the beginning of the year, I said NFC I think is going to do better than than the AFC as far as like watching, right? I know the AFC seems like it's better, but it's not. It's not. It's not. Patrick Mahomes there or not. It's not. It's not, because usually when they have their dynasties, it's usually from the AFC. So you already know what you're looking at for the most part. You already know kind of what's going to happen. It's the NFC that's going to be all over the place, right? The NFC is usually all over the place. So that's the reason why I say the NFC. The Patriots fake comeback this quarter. We not worried. Yeah, of course you want to see some dumb shit. You can kind of just look at the tempo of the game and listen to how they talk too, especially the ones calling the game. The ones calling the game, they kind of give it away all the time. Now they have Denver defense step up, right? Now they have Denver D step up. There was a point I was supposed to say too. I totally forgot that shit. Hmm. All right, here we go. 3rd and 9. Okay, I'm here to tell you guys officially. It is official. It is official. It is official. It is official. If there is anybody that is looking for that 5.5, and possibly it can go down to 7.5 at some point, maybe. Right now, if you are looking to get Denver at some good points, this is only at 5.5 now. Most likely it's gonna go to 6.5 or 7.5. And if you want to get that in play with a touchdown at least, because it might go to 7.5, it was 5.5. I was going to tell you guys that it was 5.5. It went back to 5.5. New England being favorite at 5.5, the opening line. And sure enough, they wiped it right back away. It's back to 3.5. Wow. Damn. I was going to tell you guys you can get it back at a 5.5, but it's no longer available no more.
Scheduled plays, do the things that are a little bit outside the bounds of what we drew up on a play sheet, and he's done that right there. And the biggest play of the game was him doing it. He needs to continue.
I'm watching it in real time too. I'm watching it change in real time. It went back to 5.5. Now it's back at 3.5. Let's go.
Blitz. May off his back foot. Goes it over the head.
3rd and 10.
Pressure applied by Malcolm Roach.
Now it's 4.5.
Last week.
That
broke up this play.
This is unbelievable. This is Benito. He's a pass rusher.
Now it's 4.5. Now it's back on sale from the 5.5 too. I wanna update you guys just in case you feeling froggy. I want to let you know, and that usually tells you how the game is going too, right? So it went to 5.5, dropped down to 3.5. Now it's back to 4.5. That was the sale price from the 5.5 a couple days ago when the line first came out at 5.5 and then it went on sale, right? Well, if you trying to, they get the first down, right? No, it's 4th and 1. So it's 4th and 1, y'all. 4th and 1. Right now, 4th and 1. 4th and 1. They ain't get it. 4th and 1. Trust me. Don't listen to what they talk about. Don't listen to what they talking about. Tony Romo and 4th and 1. They can score right now. Change everything up. There you go. They're trying to throw him off. They're trying to throw him off. I see what they doing. I see what they doing. I know what they doing. Why he look like Mayor, our former mayor in New York, Eric Adams? Denver back to two. Yeah. Yep, they 200 right now. Yep, with the 4.5, they was 200. It's still 4.5 right now. That's right, Floyd. Yep. Well, now they 260. And first and goal. They got first and goal on Denver 7, right? So it's first and goal right now. Yep, that's right, Double P. Yep. That's the bullshit. If they first and goal, then that line should go back to 5.5. Respectfully, that's just what I think. So what? We assume New England scores this one. What? It goes back to 5.5, or maybe even a 6.5. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what happens when they score. I think New England's at goal. They're gonna score regardless. And then that's when the fun begins. Challenge. They're challenging. That's what that is. How successful you think that's going to be? They're challenging that first down, right? I don't know how successful that's going to be. I'm just saying though. I don't all the way down there at the goal. I don't know. They challenging that first down. Am I correct? Yeah, I don't think so. I think New England probably scored, bro. I'll be surprised, but I don't know about that. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't. First and goal, bro. First and goal. They're not winning that. They're not winning that. It's going. It's this that flag probably would determine how they actually make the game go from now on. It went back to 5.5, y'all. It went back to 5.5. Like I said, told you. I knew that was gonna happen. It went back to 5.5. I repeat, it went back to 5.5. The line is the original opening line right now. But that's only because New England's first and goal, though. That's the thing. I don't know about that. New England is minus 350 on the money line. For those that want to know. So if anybody got Denver winning this game, you may want to be careful right now. Yeah. It can flip. We still got a fourth quarter, yes, but yeah, it's plus 255 on the line. What are they doing? So what y'all think gonna happen? They gonna get in? They gonna get the field goal? Like what y'all think gonna happen? it's at the minus 5.5. It's at the beginning. But I tell you what, I don't think you should touch that 5.5. When Denver gets the ball back, then you should see how it looks. When Denver gets the ball back, I wouldn't take no line with this position with New England right now, or even Denver. See what happens when Denver gets the ball back, to be honest with you. Shout out to all my guys watching. Shout out to my chat, my guys in the chat. Shout out to everybody else that's watching. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me here at Rick, Scripted and Fixed, right? We are calling. We are talking about the game, and I'm also giving you guys updated lines just in case for those who are bettors. If you want to spread the word, anyone that's watching that's not in the chat, if you want to spread the word to your buddies and let them know kind of like what's happening with the lines, I'm letting you guys know the lines live as the game is also going on too, because it's very important. Like I always say, Sports betting has a lot to do with how these games end up. It will always be that way. Right? It will always be that way. So that's what the situation is. Shout out to the 83 watching right now. Shout out to my guys in the chat. Right? So let's see. Let's see what happens. But most likely, come on.
They've had the football for 8 minutes now to start the third quarter. The direct snap, clumsily though, and it's Stevenson fortunate to hold on to it, and he's knocked back by Hufanga. They try a little trickery down near the goal line, and it almost backfired.
They stopping him.
Well, this is
they
why
stopping
you
him.
go out and get a guy like Hufanga. He's
they stopping
like,
him.
Wait a sec, something sniffy here. Boom. He comes flying in because he's got to be in protection in the pass game, and he decides to run in.
Look at this.
And go hit the guy. And I'm telling you right now, this game is going to come down to plays like this, Jim. This is fun.
Third and goal.
There you go.
May looks left, keeps looking left, in trouble, and brought down.
Now they can't get in.
Down by Cooper. And it's 4th and goal from 4 yards out, and Vrabel wastes no time. He sends the field goal unit out.
Well, there you go. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And by the way, too, for those that's watching, the line is back down to +3.5. So that 5.5, which I'm sorry, because remember I said I wouldn't touch it. But the way this just ended up, the smart move was to take the +5.5. Now it's back to 3.5, which that's still good in case this game ends up a kicking game. In case New England wins the game by a field goal and Denver loses by 3 points, you can get 3.5 with Denver. With the way the motion of this game is going, you may like that. Okay, so if Denver scores a touchdown, they'll be up with the extra kick. They'll be up 14-10, up 4 points, right? And if New England comes back and scores a touchdown with the extra point, how much do New England have? They'll have 17 points. Denver will have 14 points. And yes, Denver can cover. That's assuming it ends up like that. Then Denver can actually cover the +3.5. And I'm only saying that because we haven't seen too much scoring going on. See what I'm saying? So that's how I look at things. So right now, for those that's on a Denver spread, let me say this. Anybody that has Denver 3.5, right? 4.5, 5.5. As of now, you are doing okay. Right? But we still have a fourth quarter, some bullshit. But if anybody has Denver 3.5, 4.5, or even if you have a book that has the even numbers, right? Even a 3, if you got Denver with a 3, a 4, 5, yeah, 5. You're doing okay right now. You're doing okay. This is why I say, even though the game's not exciting the way you guys want it to be, if there's anybody that has bets going on, you kind of like how this game is going, to be honest with you. As long as they don't have New England in the end zone, you're good. But there's another thing I always tell you to watch out for. This is one of the biggest things. Right? The game opening up. Always be careful about the game opening up. What do I mean? What do you mean, B-Fire? Anybody that's watching. Towards the ending of the third quarter. Towards the ending of the third quarter. And I don't mean 1 minute left. I mean, maybe it could be 3 minutes left, 4 minutes left. Right? Or maybe the beginning of the fourth quarter. There is a big trend in football where a certain team opens up the lead to the point where it's no return for the team that's losing.
Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious. I say that because Denver is losing. You don't want New England. I'm sorry. Hopefully the NFL doesn't have New England open up the league to the point where there's no return for the Broncos. This is a big thing that happens in football a lot. A lot. Be very careful with that. Okay? Just want you guys to know that. Looking out for you. It's a big trend. People don't realize that. All right? So shout out to my guys in the chat. You took the well, Dancer, you took the 5.5. Fine. Well, guess what? It worked out for you. It worked out for you because, like I said, Dancing. If New England, I'm sorry, if Denver does score a touchdown with the extra point, now they're up 14-10, right? And if the game can still be slow with teams not scoring, that's the energy you want. Because let's say, for instance, New England does come back and score right back with the extra point. They're up 17-14 now. And guess what? Anyone that got Denver with a 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, you're good. What you want is Denver to have the ball in their hand last when they're down by at least 5 or less. So if they down by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you want them to have the ball last. That's the goal. Remember we said that. That's the goal. You don't want New England to have the ball. You don't want New England to have the ball last unless New England is going to settle with a field goal when the game is tied. Right? Let's say, for instance, the game ends up tied. New England can just do the whole Tom Brady special. Isn't your man Adam Vinatieri, right? Isn't he the honorary captain of this game? Yeah, right. Number 4, Adam Vinatieri. I still got to say his name correct, but he's the honorary captain of this game, right? Number 4, right? Wouldn't it be funny if New England wins the game by a field goal?
Are you fucking serious?
I'm saying that now. Wouldn't it be funny if New England wins the game by a field goal? Just saying. But, like I told you guys, what you don't want is New England to open up that game. Opening up that game is a bad thing. And that usually happens late in the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. But that's something else. That's why when you're betting pregame or even in play, whatever, most of the time, rip your ticket up when you see that. Right? So, so who's nervous right now? Don't lie. Don't lie. I know y'all talking a good game, but I do know some of y'all is nervous. A lot of you, but I feel it's 50-50. I'm by the chat, by all you guys in the chat, not I'm not gonna say a lot, but a good amount of you guys is on the Patriots though. Right? And there's a good amount of you guys on the Broncos. And I'm not talking about spread wise, I'm talking about straight up winning. since the playoffs started. No, not since the playoffs started. Since they beat Buffalo last week, I've seen people on the Broncos to even win the Super Bowl. Floyd says, I'm nervous on my bet from yesterday. Oh, yeah. Wait. Hold on. Let me say this, too. Since he's bringing up yesterday. Shout out to everybody that, well, we got to see what the Broncos do. But even if they cover the spread, that's a good thing. But shout out to everyone that did get on that Sean parlay. The Sean parlay that I was like goofing around about, right? And I told everybody, don't take this. I'm going to take it for myself. Don't take this. I don't suggest you got to take this. Because I don't want to be to blame if it don't hit, right? I don't want to be the one to blame. But, I mean, I was dead serious for me to do it. But if there's anybody that jumped on that, shout out to you, the Sean. Now, for those that don't know what I'm talking about, last show, that could have been an interception, but anyway, last show, I said, listen, if you feeling froggy and you want to leak, just do the three game parlay. You take UFC, you take Sugar Sean O'Malley, right? That's the first one. And he's gonna start it off because that's a Saturday night. That's what happened yesterday. Sugar Sean O'Malley won. Right? So now you need Sean Payton with the Denver Broncos to win or even cover, depending on which parlay you did. If you took the 5.5 or just covering, you need the Broncos to just cover. And if that hits, yeah, it's gonna be first down. If that hits, last but not least, you need Sean McVay and the Rams to win. So that's the Sean parlay, right? One of them has the spread. Now the other one, you could do the same thing, but just swap out Sean Payton and the Broncos with the spread and just make them a money line. That one you get higher. You can get like plus 800 with that one. The one with the spread you get at plus 450, something like that. So if any of you guys jumped on that, so far, you're looking good. One Sean down, 2 more to go. And once again, like when it comes to that UFC shit, that's my lane right there. For those that don't know, right? For those that don't know, shout out to my boy Jalen Baker. He always checking that chat to make sure it's in an up and up. So we got 80 people watching, only 40 likes. So he's always gonna watch out. Get those likes up more. I need more than 50% of likes. Boost it up. 80-60s, even 80-60 is good. Even though 80-80 should be good, but even 80-60 is good. Come on, get those likes up. Don't forget. That's free. You guys don't got to do nothing. Oh, here going to. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, see, this is what you guys don't want. You guys don't want the opening up the lead. Be careful about that. The opening up of I know how this shit goes. Now the Patriots is moving the ball down the field. I know how this shit goes. Towards the ending of the third quarter, a certain team, right, will start to open up the game. And it goes into the fourth quarter. Now, game ain't over, right? But I'm just saying, these are the things to look out for. Depends on if it's 7 points or 3 points. As far as what, King? You talking about? Let me know what you're referring to. And they got the Patriots. Look, y'all see this, right? Let's see what happens. Look, second half, 117 yards. Y'all see that? And yes, if the Patriots do score, because I'm gonna assume the touchdown. Let me just say that I'm gonna assume the touchdown with the extra point. They'll be up 20. They'll be up 17-7. So it'll be a 10-point lead. So you would need you would need a touchdown from the Broncos, right? You would need a touchdown from the Broncos if the Patriots magically score a touchdown. Not that I'm going for the Patriots, but I never understand these plays from these teams. But 4th down, there you go. Yep, big stop. Yeah, and he missed. Well, let me tell you something too. Can I ask you guys a question? You guys in the chat. Who missed more field goals so far? Was it the Patriots missed more field goals than the Broncos, right? The Broncos, how many did they miss? They missed 1? Somebody in the chat let me know. I'm not even going to go into stats. That's why I use you guys too. That's why I'm going to use you guys as well. Come on, chat, let me know. How many field goals did the Patriots miss? How many field goals did the Denver Broncos miss? Guys in the chat, let it be known. Double P says that's a Denver back. I'm not worried. 2 field goals by New England. So it's 2-1. 2-1. Thank you, chat. There you go. Well, it's 2-1. Who you think deserves to win this game? Two to one. So we had three. We had 3 missed in total. 2 of them from New England. Right? So all the Denver Bronco backers right now, you should be feeling good about what you're seeing. All the Denver Bronco backers right now, or everyone who think Denver Broncos is going to the Super Bowl, you should like what you see. Shout out to my boy King with the $5 super chat. I got to drop 3 bombs for him. Everybody that don't like that bomb, the bombs that's new, oh well, it's a part of our brand. But I got to drop bombs. Shout out to my man King. I'm gonna call him King with the $5 super chat. Bomb. Appreciate the love. That's what I'm here for. Entertain y'all. You know? Shout out to you on that. For real. How do you feel now? That's what I'm. How do you feel? 10-7. Nah, I appreciate you, King. What's the in play looking like? You ask, I may tell you. Okay, people. New England Patriots is still favorite though, because they are up 10-7 late in the 3rd quarter. 11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. New England is up 10-7, so the line is 3.5. It's 3.5 right now. The money line is minus 330 for the New England Patriots. It's 230 now. I stand corrected. It just dropped just now. It just did a change, a massive change. So now you want to know maybe because they're down by 3. If you was to take Denver with the plus 3.5 right now with the in play, you're not gonna like what you have to put up. I don't like a minus 180, especially for a spread like that. And if I'm already covering that, you ain't gonna give me a good deal. So you can get a plus 3.5. But you can get them at a plus 164 right now on the money line. So a plus 164 on the money line. If you like that, hey, that's on you. That's on you with the plus yeah. Well, and it changed again just now in real time as we speak. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 2.5 now. That's all Denver backers. That's what you want to see. All Denver backers right now, that's what you like to see. It's minus 2.5 now So it dropped from 3.5. So it's -2.5. New England Patriots. Denver Broncos, you can get the +2.5, but at a +144. They go that 14-4 thing again, right? But +2.5. They're already covering that, so that's the reason. Which is kind of weird though. Something's not right about that. And I always tell, okay, it fixed itself. +3.5 now. So it fixed itself. You see, that's why I'm telling you guys in real time as it's changing. I want to be transparent and let you guys know as it's changing, as I'm speaking to you. But it fixed itself because it was +2.5, and they also gave plus money, which was kind of weird. That doesn't make no sense. If they're already covering, no, they're not covering. I'm sorry, I stand corrected because they're down by 3. So that's the reason why you can get plus money. I stand corrected with that, but they changed that quick. That was the weird part. So it should be telling us something in the next, when the fourth quarter starts, because the third quarter is all over. Now we're heading into the fourth quarter. So I think that's what that was. It was a line adjustment. So how do you guys feel now? It's 3.5 now. It's 3.5. Mm. Mm. I'm gonna call you Grove. That's your nickname. I always have a nickname for people. Mr. Grove. Now he says the final score 10-14. You guys say it. You guys see it. But Grove, I need you to put who you're talking about. 10-14. Are you saying Denver Broncos win? 10-14? Is that what you're saying, Grove? Let me know. But I'm gonna assume that's who you're talking about. Dancer says, "B, you're basically day trading with these sports books. Sports books got to be quick to the second. Yeah, I have to. That's why I want to tell you guys in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like in real time. I'm going with the books. I know like some people see something else, but I'm letting you guys know in due time, in real time. This is what it is. I'm sorry about that. She says, I'm a lady who loves sports. I'm stupid on that one.
Are you fucking serious?
No. I feel bad about that. I feel bad about that. Cause I gotta click on I have to click on the icon on a thumbnail to see, you know, your whole picture. And I'm like a little blind too. I'm a little blind. But but okay, can I say Mrs. Grove? Can I cuz the Grove stands out on your name as a whole. So I like that. Like I give nicknames. So like if you want to be a part of this channel, which I need you to subscribe, if you want to be a part of this channel from now on, like you got to have a nickname here. All right? So like that's going to be your nickname, Mrs. Grove. That's your soundbite. Okay, so you have a channel where you have a thing going on. Okay, there you go. Bomb. That's the nickname, Mrs. Grove. I'm sorry about that. Damn, that's crazy. Saying things all wrong and stuff like that. And she knows her little stats. So who are you betting on though? Cause I see you talking about lines. The alternate is over and under 28.9. For the see, that's the thing. What do we got? 17 points right now. So it's 28.5. 29. You got 17 points. To hit that over, maybe 2 touchdowns have to happen. Does anybody in the chat think 2 touchdowns is going to happen in order for that over to hit? And we're talking about 28.5. I don't know about that. Yeah, 4th down, Denver going to have to punt. She got the 4.5. Like listen, anybody who has, if the game stays this way, see, I gotta make sure I keep saying that because I don't want no one to, you know, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5. Right? If you are in between those numbers, You want the game to stay the same way. But most importantly, you can't get a Denver win if Denver doesn't score, because we always have to assume that New England will score. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, so the only way we can get that to hit the 3 all the way to 5.5, let's just say that, is if Denver scores something. You can't keep putting it in New England's hands. And shout out to New Number. A couple of minutes ago, he asked, he said, is this where the game opens up, B? Right? Now, the question for that New Number is, from who? This is the beginning of the fourth quarter. You don't want New England to jump out. Now, New England can go to 17. They could score 17 points, and now it's 17-7, and now it's 10 points. Right? But now you need Denver to score a touchdown. At worst. You need a touchdown. At least. To cover something, right? And they can maybe afford to, well, no, for anyone that has 3.5, you don't want that. But if you got 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, they can get a touchdown and miss the extra point. You can settle with that. I see a lot of people saying the score will be 14 points. Somebody's going to stay on 14 points. Well, you know what, Chosen? It can't be the Patriots. The Patriots have 10 points right now. That's the thing. The Patriots got 10 points. So the Patriots will have to, I don't see the Patriots getting 14 points. Denver Broncos can get 14 points, not the Patriots. I mean, is it possible? Yes, because the Patriots can get 2 points 2 times, but how often have we ever seen that really happen? That really doesn't happen like that. Yeah, the bullshit is about to start. 28 and a half. So the over and under is 28 and a half. Shit. Antonio, my man Antonio says Patriots 2-1. You're talking about the turnovers, right? Yeah, you see what I'm saying, King? That's 2 safeties. I don't see that happen. You got a better chance of hitting the lottery twice. I don't see that. That's a crazy stretch. That'll be some crazy shit if we see that. Now, right now, fourth quarter, 13 minutes and 38 seconds. New England Patriots 10, Broncos 7. Obviously, it's back to 3.5. So, like I said, anybody that's, how can I say it? If you took the 3, which I don't think the game will end like this, if you took the 3, you're safe for right now. 3.5, you're safe for right now. I think everybody's safe for right now as far as the 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5. Still got to be careful. But if you keep giving it back to New England to score, that's a bad thing. The current line now is -2.5. See, this is some day trading shit I'm hitting with y'all. 2.5 now. So that's what you want to see. You want to see that New England line go down. Now, let me say this too, because anybody that's watching, I don't want to sound biased, by the way. I'm not making this a biased thing, making it just about Denver. Because if you think about it, that's just the spread. If anybody that's on New England, if you got New England just to win flat out, the spread probably is not going to matter to you with Denver covering. So just notice that. I'm not talking about Denver winning the game flat out. For anybody that's on the Patriots, that's in the chat or that's watching, as long as you win the game flat out, you probably don't care unless you took a spread. I don't know if any of you guys took a New England spread with a... I didn't hear any of you guys say that. I know you guys got parlays with New England winning the game, or you have single tickets with New England winning straight up, right? But just let it be known, I'm not being biased here. I don't like doing that. That's a case for both teams. Yeah, right now New England is winning. I'm going towards the win, and that's the reason why. The Broncos got the ball back. My man Floyd, he got the 5.5. That he took the opening line. Took the Donald. You already know your man Donald. He's on Denver. It's double P. He got something with 2 touchdowns. You need a touchdown right now, my brother. I expect the bullshit to start happening. Sack 4th down. Oh, you talking about with New England? A lot of you guys is nervous. I know you got Blue Pyrotech. What's good, my guy? It's gonna be close to the end. Yo, listen. A lot of you guys is nervous in the chat. I know y'all. Y'all can act like y'all not. You are. You are. You know what? You know what? For anybody who thinks it's real, for anyone who thinks is this is fake, sports that is, when it comes down to the conference championship on the NFC and the AFC side, a lot of you guys get nervous when it comes to these games. Let's stop it. I remember that happened with me, especially. I think the most I was ever nervous was when it was the Chiefs versus the Patriots in January 2019. You know what I mean? When the Chiefs really should have won that game. We already know what it is, but the Tom Brady ended up going back to the Super Bowl and then beating the Rams 13-3. I know that feeling. I know that feeling, right? So, oh yeah, commercial time. So shout out to all my people in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta correct that. Right? Shout out to all my people in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching. Oh, so the second for the second game, this is what I'm gonna do, right? For the first quarter, I won't go live. I'm gonna get myself situated or whatever, right? And then we're gonna jump. Then when I'm situated, I'm gonna jump on live. So I don't want you guys going nowhere, or don't go too far, because yes, I will be streaming for the next game. Just not right away. Maybe a couple of minutes into the game, and that will be a new stream. I don't want to stream the whole way through because I want to do it per game. You know, just to let you guys know, it's more cleaner like that. The Broncos got this. Yeah, I mean, they got to get it. New England isn't excited. They are not an exciting team at all. Denver isn't, but they missing Nick, so that makes more sense. I never thought New England was an exciting team. I mean, I'm talking about as far as now. As far as now, no, of course not. Too much celebrating that last game. Broncos. See, I'm seeing new people in the chat, and they saying Broncos. A lot of people's on the Broncos. A lot of people on the Broncos. I can understand that. And we got a snow game, too. So playing in New England really didn't matter at all. You remember that thing they kept talking about that if the Raiders in the New England game, that first game determined who ended up with first place of this game, who ended up with the number 1 seed of this game. And it was like, oh, depending on if that game would have went the other way around, New England would have been the number 1 seed, and Denver will be playing in New England in the snow. When I read that on Twitter, I said, but they're already playing in Denver. Denver is like still up, sort of up, right? I guarantee you it snows there. Look at the fourth quarter. It's snow, regardless. It didn't matter. Because they had no reason to even post that. See, I pay attention to that type of shit. Why are you even posting that? Now, look how the weather is. It don't matter. It's a snow game. Oh, my God, they don't got to play in New England because it's going to be snow and stuff. It don't matter. You're playing in Denver. Denver has a lot of snow, too. They get snow, and look what we're seeing now. It's a snowy game. 3rd and 1. I mean, come on now. But they're going to get that first down. They got the first down now on Denver 42, 1st and 10. This is where it gets exciting. New England is still minus 2.5 on the line, y'all. Just to let you know, 9:55 left. Yes, Double P. Minus 196 money line for the New England Patriots. They're minus 2.5. You can get a plus 152 with the Denver Broncos. They're plus 2.5 on the line. A plus 158 with the money line. I'm sorry, it just corrected itself. That's only because they got to stop. New England had got to stop. So New England went to minus 205 on the line. So this is, I'm telling you, no way the NFL puts Seattle in the Super Bowl over LA or Max. This is how I feel, Max. This is how I feel. I'm right with you on that one, right? But that second game, we have to see what happens. I do think some bullshit gonna happen in that game, some way, somehow. It's a snowstorm on the West Coast too, and that's why I'm saying, like, why are they not talking about that? It's just not over here on the East Coast. Like here in New York, it's crazy right now. But it's not just going to be there. Talk about it all. They choose not to talk about it. Yeah, a lot of people on the Rams. Let's see, man. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, see, third and 10. See, that's the thing. I mean, the line is still 2.5 right now as I'm speaking to you guys. But if New England gets that ball back as a whole, it's going to go back to 3.5. And what do we say? We don't want the game to spread out. You want it to still stay close. Got 17 points being scored right now. Do you guys think that Denver does win the game 14-10 though? All seriousness though. Like all seriousness. Do you guys think Denver wins the game 14-10? Oh, oops, I'm sorry. Does 14 come into play in this game? Buck says Bad Bunny Stafford born on the year of the rabbit. And ironically, that's when you have your man Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl, right, Buck? Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up at all. Mr. 40 says, you think the late bets are coming in from the Patriots right now? Absolutely. Of course it is. And you know what else is, you know what else is so crazy? That the New England is minus 280 on the line, and they still 2.5. That something about that is not right. I can't say what stupid shit is gonna happen, but if New England is not, they're minus 290 now and they're still 2.5. But when they was minus 180, 170, they was 2.5. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. When New England was minus 170, 180, they was 2.5 on the spread. Now they're minus 290 on the money line, and they are still a minus 2.5. Something is not right about that. Something is very fishy. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to go New England's way or it's going to go Denver's way, but expect some fishy shit to happen these last couple of minutes because that makes no sense at all. What kind of adjustment is that? What are they basing on putting the money line up like that, but not the spread? New England's already up by 3 points. New England's up by 3 points and they got the ball already. Why is it still staying at minus 2.5? Now, here's the thing about that. Now, let me tell you guys, here's where it connects. If you think about taking the minus 2.5 right now, you have to lay 270.
Are you fucking serious?
That's the problem. Maybe because it's in the fourth quarter right now, but yes, if anybody's thinking about minus 2.5 with the Patriots, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you heavy. It's gonna cost you minus 270. Something's fishy. Let me tell you something. You don't want this game to open up. You don't want this game to open up. But New England's 1st and 10, right? They got the ball, maybe because they got the ball back. But they're on their own 9 right now, right? They're on their own 9. 8 minutes left. 8 minutes and 21 seconds left. 1st and 10. They got the ball back. So maybe that's what it is. So if you can keep New England back like that, you get the ball back and it can readjust itself. Right? Let's see what y'all talking about. Denver gets a safety. New England takes a field goal. 13-9. Wait, 13-9 win. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. 13-9 win with no cover. Whoa. Who don't cover though? That 5.5. Whoever takes that 5.5 will cover. That's the thing, double. So that 5.5 can cover if you're saying that with the safety and then New England going with the field goal. That 5.5 covers. It comes through. And anybody that got the 4.5, that comes through. Now anybody that has the 3 or 3.5, those are the people that have to worry. Anyone that has 3.5, based on your whole, if it plays out that way, they're in trouble. But anybody that has Denver 4.5, let's say 4, you push. But if you get that 4.5, right? If you get that 4.5, you're good. They slipping on the snow, Charlie. Some people think it's gonna be a pick 6. Goat says it's gonna be a pick 6. Mrs. Grove says, I don't care. Every time I hear, "Are you fucking serious?" I'm gonna react because the timing be on point. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. You like that, right? You like and the funny part about that is that's not nowhere in the internet. That's actually a real interaction that I had. If anybody wants me to play the whole like audio of that, I can. I can do that for y'all. Play the whole audio. It's actually 3 parts. Yeah, it's a real interaction. It's not on the internet. It's like a real interaction. Right? And I think y'all find it funny as hell. Y'all will find it's stupid. But yeah, 4th and 11. Right? On New England 7. So New England ain't really going nowhere. Good shit from you guys talking about, slipping on the snow. They not really going nowhere. Scared of the interception. So they got to play it safe. So it's going to go right back to the Broncos. So now it adjusts itself. It's 2.5 right now. Still, obviously. Well, they took the lines off right now. So let's see what happens after the punt. Yeah, they had the punt. The fleece. I have a fleece Johnson one. Yeah, I do. Fleece Johnson, aka more important than water. If you don't understand what that means, people, then more important than water. That's it. More important than water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Denver gets the ball back, y'all. Shout out to my chat, man. You guys we having fun, man. We having fun. Patriots betters. Things is on your side right now. It's looking good. Denver Broncos spread betters. Things is also on your side right now. It's looking good. So, I mean, if both of y'all can walk away with a win, that'll be good. If you took Patriots straight up, if you took the Broncos, with the line, you just don't want no crazy shit to happen. You don't want New England to just blow it up, and then now they freaking winning by 10 or 11 and shit like that, and then y'all gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, over here in the East Coast, that's right, Reckless. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I woke up to it, because I was on some shit. I was like, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, right, it ain't gonna happen. I'm like, yo, it should have happened already. So Saturday night, I'm waiting for it to happen. I get upstairs. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh, okay. If Delaware got it bad, up here, that's crazy. Because I wouldn't think the South. Delaware's heading towards the South. Let me just say that. But they still kind of, it's past Philly. So it ain't officially all the way in the South. It's like in the middle between North and South. It's bad. Snowing bad in Denver. And that's what I'm saying. I don't even know why they try to make it seem like it wasn't going to snow in Denver. B Fire may not win MVP after this game. And I think Native, I think you're right. I don't think they're going to give it to him after this one. I don't think so. Now, if they want to make more sense, your man Matthew Stafford has to ball out. No, it don't get no. You know what's so crazy, Dancing? I hear that a lot. I'm under the theory that I don't think MVP. I refuse to believe they don't count the playoffs. I have a theory on that one. I have a real theory. And now if we do a video, if we do a stream on that one, let's say that, I can break it down how I can tell the NFL is lying when they say they don't go by the playoffs to determine who the MVP is. I know for sure. You can tell for sure they do. I have a theory on that one. I have notes to actually back that up. I know a lot of people say no, it don't matter, but this is what I'll tell you. Let me just say this, right? If that's the case, then whoever's MVP 1 or MVP 2, right, in a running, all you got to do is bet them in the playoffs their first 2 games. You're guaranteed to win some money. You're guaranteed to win money if that's the case. Because usually the MVPs don't lose the first or second round of the playoffs. Usually that don't happen. So if we all said this and made it known, best believe that they'll change on how they do things. The fact that MVP, ironically, whenever whoever's the MVP, number 1 or number 2, they seem to always play in a conference championship for the most part. Not all the way, but at least a division game. They usually have them there. So by this information, by us knowing that, you can, whoever's the MVP 1 or MVP 2 on the first round, just bet them. Easy money. It's a guaranteed money. I tell people certain things you just got to look out for. It's right in front of your face. And oh, by the way, New England got the ball back. So it's 2-2. Right? Shout out to the chat for updating me. It's 2-2. This is gonna mess up the Broncos' chances, because now it's 4 minutes and 42 seconds left. Yeah, we're gonna update you on what's going on in the game. Yeah, so as it stands, people, let me say this. Oh, unruly. They got you with a lot of snow shoveling. You mean it like in front of your house or in front of your building or something like that? You had to shovel, or you mean in your driveway or for your car or something like that? You got done dirty, right? This weather's crazy. Yeah, 442. All New England needs to do is run the ball. You would think. Oh, Ruley, you out here in NYC too? Oh, so you already know the deal on how bad it is. You already know how bad it is. Is this supposed to be a Drake make Tuck game? Imagine he wins the game. You in Queens? Yeah. I'm in Manhattan. You in Queens? Yeah. So I know. Oh, you're a man. Yeah, they doing you dirty. I know the bus. Anybody that got to take the bus out there in Queens, forget about it. Denver. Well, they got to get the ball back because now it's 4th and 10. New England can't do nothing, right? We got 3 minutes and 1 second left, y'all. So now it's about to get fun for everybody. It's still staying on 17-10 right now. 3.5 is the spread, the current spread right now. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 2.5, you guys. It's 2.5 currently right now. New England Patriots is minus 520 on the money line right now. What do you guys think about that? New England Patriots is minus 520. Now it's 530 on the money line. Denver Broncos is a plus 360 on the money line. What do you guys think about that? Well, now they're plus 340. Right? What happens this game? Do you trust the minus 460? Not saying any of you guys would do that, but would you lay 440 now? Would you lay the 440 to win the game? I mean, it's 3 minutes left. Well, Sean Payton always gets the shitty end of the stick. Are you taking a train into Manhattan, or are you driving into Manhattan? Depending on what they do with the roads tonight. I took the subway and the bus today. God damn, how was it? Was it crazy? Like, was it any delays with the trains and the bus? I know the buses was limited all throughout the city. The setup for a Sean Payton miracle, Donald. Shit, he always get the shitty end of the stick. Queens, Miss Grove says Queens was always my least favorite place to travel. That 2 transport train bus to Springfield Gardens. I'm telling yo, I can't stand. If anybody's taking the train and bus in Queens, you're gonna get annoyed, yo. Just drive out there to Queens. To be honest, especially if you're going far out in Queens. Let me say that. Just drive if you're gonna be far out in Queens, or hopefully you go somewhere in Queens to where you could just take that train and you can walk. But taking them buses in Queens, I can't stand. I cannot stand it. The trains were smooth. Okay. Now let's see what they talking about. Right? Still 2nd and 9. Come on, let's hear what they talking about. Let's hear what they talking about, y'all.
Okay, let's just play ball.
Yeah, try
to get it down the field and see what you can do with it.
He said 14th comeback.
To go. They're 32
you talking about for the Denver Broncos, right, Donald? Let's see. 14-10, right?
Stidham. When the pocket wanting to heave it, now just shoves it to Harvey, and that's only going to be maybe a half yard. If anything,
overtime? A lot of you guys think overtime?
Tony. He was thinking outside here. Take a look here. He's about to throw that.
Oh, you live by the train station. There you go. That's good. The game. This game basically over though. Pick. Patriots win the game. Pretty much, the Patriots win the game. Well, I know y'all saying it's not over, technically, right? But hey, let's see. You gotta watch out with the Patriots scoring. Here you go. Let's go.
Smart not to throw it. Great question.
2nd and 9. Rushing 5. This is a deep throw, and it is picked off. Intercepted. Waiting for it was gone.
You know what's so crazy? What did Tony Romo say before that play happened? He said they better not throw it. You heard what he said, right? You better not throw it. That's right, new number. He's sold. And it never fails. It never fails. It never fails. Now, the funny part is I find it funny where the interception happened. So now New England has to start off right there. So, 3-point game, y'all. It comes down to this. The Broncos do have one timeout. It comes down to this, y'all. I think New England probably was going to have the ball last, maybe. Now, I got to see how this ends. Let's see how this ends before anything.
They'll get first down to make that happen, but that is a opening play on that drive for about 3. Make it 4. 2-minute warning.
That's another favorite win in the game if it happens.
Setting here in the Mile High City with the Super Bowl.
Hold on. I know Smith and West, the +4.5. Wait. You saying it's loaded. Hold on. We can't get happy yet. You can't get happy yet. And that's why I told people, be careful with the whole taking Denver plus with the money line. Let's see, are they going to run the clock out? Because if they run the clock out, you know what? I'm going to wait until the clock is running out first before I pop my shit. Let's wait until the clock runs out before I pop my shit. Shout out to my guys in the chat. Shout out to my ladies in the chat. You guys is excellent today, you know? Still got another game. Shout out to everybody that's watching. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I'm glad you're here. And don't think this is just going to be just doing it for the playoffs. I stream on a regular. So, you know, this is what we do. 106 watching right now. Shout out to y'all. Get some more likes up too. Let me at least give. I'm not sure how many people's liking it right now. Well, I can check it. But at least get 70 likes or whatever. You know, got 100 people, 106 people in the chat. Not in the chat, but watching right now organically. Shout out to all y'all. This is what I like to see and shit like that. If you entertain, I'm glad. You know, I try to study the chat as well, you know. Even like I read every comment in my head, which is hard for a lot of people to do, but it's something that I mastered, like to like read every single one of you guys comments one by one, literally, and store it in my head. It can get nerve-wracking sometimes, but I practice. I'm doing a little better too. I almost got it down packed. He can win Super Bowl MVP. You talking about Drake May? Let's see how it ends. Nigga Floyd says Sean Payton gets fired Monday. Y'all thinking fumble by Denver? Let's see, because a lot of you guys are saying it's not over yet. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna just tell you this, and shout out Miss Grove. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it here. You're really gonna enjoy it here. I'm telling you, this is what we do. And also, I will be live next. Well, of course, next week I'm gonna be live, but I'll be live Super Bowl as well. A couple days I'll be going live, you know, chopping it up with you guys. I will be in Vegas for Super Bowl, you know, so I'm gonna be in Vegas for Super Bowl. Yeah, having fun. You know, I'll be live at times, randomly and things like that. We gonna have fun. We gonna have fun out there. I'm gonna let you guys know it is minus 6,000 on the money line with the Patriots. Denver Broncos is a plus 1,400 on the money line.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't want to break hearts, but Denver has a timeout, you guys say, right? They're 3rd and 6 on New England's 40. Right now, that's where it is. Right? 1 minute and 54 seconds left. 3rd and 6 on New England's 40. Now, the betting lines has been shut and it's been cut off. Yes, that's what it was. Sean Payton, once again, on the shitty end of the stick. That's the reason why I not even what live did I do? This was a while ago. Not the one with his face on it. What did I say a couple of lives ago about Sean Payton? They're not letting Sean Payton win a Super Bowl ever again. They're never gonna let him win Super. That whole, and you guys do know Bouncy Gate was actually a cover-up, right? That's not really why he got in trouble. Bouncy Gate was not, technically, it wasn't real. I want you guys to know that. You guys want to know? I could talk about that. Bounty Gate really wasn't real. It wasn't real. It was a cover-up for something else that he did that was real, and they told him, let's use Bounty Gate as a reason as to why we suspend you. But he was suspended for something else. Just to let people know. Just to let people know. Right? So, do people think the game's going to end like this? I got to see the... Okay. No, I got to see the clock run out. But yeah, Sean Payton's not going to win no Super Bowl ever again. And what did I also tell people too? I told people this one thing and one thing only. Whoever is the face of the league, and there's somebody on YouTube, he said, he wrote back to me, he said, yo, this got to be the dumbest comment I've ever heard. It wasn't on my channel. I made a comment on another channel, and he said, this has to be the dumbest comment I ever heard. And I wrote, because what I wrote was, whoever's the face of the league, no other team is going to win in that division while you have them as the face of the league. Patrick Mahomes is the face of the league right now, right? You're not going to have nobody, Raiders, Broncos, or Chargers win the Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes is still the face. He said that's the dumbest shit he ever heard before. Now I got, and he was a big Broncos fan too.
Are you fucking serious?
Now, once again, I told him, I said, Broncos can go to the Super Bowl. It's possible they go to the Super Bowl. Right? It's possible they go to the Super Bowl, but don't put all your eggs in one basket and feel like they're going to be a new dynasty just because Patrick Mahomes went down and you guys ended up with the number 1 seed. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And oh, wait a minute. Last time I checked, they're kneeling. They're kneeling. They're kneeling. Anybody and everybody that's fucking watching. Everybody and anybody that's watching. When I give you the recipe on how to win, you take it. Right? For 3 years. Listen to me. For 3 mother effing years. Let me talk my shit. Because for 3 years, I've been telling you guys. Well, some of you guys is new here. I've been telling you mother effing guys. Whenever you see a 5.5, you fucking take it. Everybody that is watching, I tried to tell you for 3 years. 3 years. Whenever you see a 5.5 game, why in the world are you going to take the favorite to cover that mother effing game? You can't be that fucking stupid.
Are you fucking serious?
Time after time after time after time after time, I keep trying to tell people, whenever you see a 5.5, and this was free game that I've been giving you guys. Let me cut this music off. This is free game I've been giving you guys for 3 years. Whenever a game opens up as a 5.5, what do? You take the underdog, because a 5.5 really doesn't make no type of sense at all. I kept saying it. If anybody don't believe me, go back to last live. When the spread opened up as 5.5, what did I say? You take who? You stop thinking so hard. You take the Broncos with the 5.5. Because what did I say? I said, be careful. They don't always win, right? But the plus 5.5, for sure, for damn sure, you are going to hit that 90% of the time. And the 90%, that's just me being nice, because actually it's higher than that. But I want to be nice and not so cocky about it. I keep trying to tell people. I told people, listen, I said this for years. For all the people that's just tuned into me, or you just tuned into me this year, I've been said all of this. This is not new. 5.5. You are going to win 90% of the time. The only thing about it is, it's not like we see 5.5 like so much. Like, it's not like it's all over your face. But whenever you see it and catch it, you have to take it. Now, just because I'm saying this, that doesn't mean that you guys can just see a 5.5 and go crazy on it. No. If you speak to me privately, I can explain to you how that 5.5 will hit, though. Because there's some things that go to it. Don't just see a 5.5 and jump out the window. No. You have to figure out the timing of the 5.5. Certain things matter with that 5.5. But you guys don't even have to do the work, because I'm the one doing the work for you. Look at this. Patriots back in the Super Bowl. I don't think the Patriots is winning the Super Bowl. I don't think they winning the Super Bowl, but hey, they covered the Denver Broncos had covered the spread. So we talking about this. Anybody that did it, anybody that got on it, look at that, crying again. Stephon Diggs crying again, right? But anybody that got on the 5.5, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's right. Denver covered. Denver covered. 5.5. And if you somebody that got the 4.5, you got the 4.5. You got the 4.5. If there's anybody during the game that got the 3.5, congratulations. 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 Now, do we get a Seahawks? And we'll talk about that when I cut this off. We go live again, right? It's crazy. 5.5. You welcome. You welcome. Right there, people. Right there. If anybody want to fact check, just go back to all my lives. Go back to all my lives. I gave you game plus 5.5. It kills me when stop taking favorites out of 5.5. That makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. If you take a plus 5.5, 90% of the time you are going to win it. Once again, that's being nice. So the Sean parlay still stands. So we got Sean O'Malley that hit. Congratulations to anyone that took that. They put that on their parlay yesterday. The Sean Payton covers the game, right? Sean Payton covers the game. Now it just has to be Sean McVay. Now let's see what happens with that one. But for anyone that took all of these games solo, we are now 2 games up. If the other one fails, still 2-1. That's still a successful day, right? But 2 hit already. Sean and Sean. Now you just need one more Sean to hit. You just need one more Sean to hit. No, the Sean ticket ain't dead. Shane, the Sean ticket's not dead. It was two ways you could have did the Sean. It was the Sean straight up, or the Sean with the covering the spread. Basically, you didn't want the Patriots to blow them out at all. Could somebody in the chat confirm what I'm saying? The Sean thing hit. The next stream, I could show you guys what I said on the other stream. I could break it down. There was 2 ways you can go about it. Them covering the spread or them winning the game straight up. Either one. Either one. Basically, we were saying the Patriots would not cover the game at all whatsoever. Of course, this is rigged. Of course, that's why I bring people here to understand. Listen, you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. Believe in all of this. It's rigged, but it's all about how you do it. Shout out to King once again on another super chat. My God, thank you for that love. He's showing love today. Game was so fake. You called the 5.5 points. He says game was so fake. You called the 5.5 points. Was Nick's injury fake to you? If so, why do you think they did it? Because what's in store for him, you feel. For Bo Nix, nothing. Nothing's in store for Nix. King, I'm going to answer your question. Nothing's in store for Nix. What it was once again, like I tried to tell everybody, Patrick Mahomes plays in the AFC West. He is still the face of the NFL. No team is allowed to win in that same division where the face plays at. Tom Brady was the face of the league. You did not see the Buffalo Bills, New York Giants, or the Miami Dolphins win a Super Bowl when he was the face of the league. You didn't see it. Even to the point where, remember, the NFL knows all this shit is going to happen, right? You remember there was once a point when Tom Brady and Peyton Manning was in the same division before it got realigned. Remember that, right? Tom Brady and Peyton Manning had to see each other twice. NFL, of course, knew that Peyton Manning was going to win a Super Bowl in the early 2000s. Notice how they realigned those divisions. Come on, man. I'm just giving y'all the information here, and that's what I'm here for. I'm giving y'all the information. Shout out to Donald. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, King? There's nothing in store. There's nothing in store for Knicks. Patrick Mahomes is the face. Nothing's gonna happen with Knicks at all. Nothing is gonna happen. Shout out to all my guys in the chat. Yeah, I need to stop playing. For anyone that's watching and subscribe, because this is the type of shit you gonna get here in Rig, Scripted, and Fixed. You gonna get the heat. That's the shit that we talk about over here. So that was a good game. Well, no, it wasn't a good game. But for those that, depending on where you had your money, that was a good game. You covered. Whoever had New England straight up, you won the game. Whoever had the Broncos with a 3.5, if you had a 3, you void, right? You get your money back. But if you had the 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, congratulations. Won the game. Won the game. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to y'all. No, this was a good live. Now, people, right? This is what's gonna happen. I'll end this live. I'm going to go back on live when the second game, around sometime like a couple of minutes into the second game or whatever, right? Take a little break. Couple of minutes into the second game, we are going to start the live. So everybody that's watching, just keep your notifications on. That's why I said subscribe. That way you can jump into the second game. Right? We're going to jump into the second game. He said, Marshawn Lynch revenge. Y'all ready? Yo, why be saying some crazy shit? Because he said Seahawks, Patriots. And you know what's so crazy? If that happens, guys, you remember the live we did, like, I don't know, maybe what, a month and a half ago? Remember that? What was we talking about? And we're laughing at? The whole Seahawks and Patriots. Y'all remember that when we did the live and I kept replaying that shit and we was laughing on that? What if that actually... It's funny how we was going over that, laughing in the live. Remember that live stream? And then now all of a sudden that happens? Seahawks and Patriots again? That would be crazy, right? So LA went. This was a great live. This was a great live. I wonder why why they like these Super Bowl rematches. They should switch up the script. No disrespect to the Pats, but I want to see different teams go to the big game. You know what it is, Brandon? Right? This is what it is. I keep trying to tell people this one thing. Only certain teams is allowed to make it to the Super Bowl and even win the Super Bowl. That's how it is. It's aligned up that way. These are the teams that's going to win, and these are the teams that the mid-tier teams, and these are the teams that have no chance. But every team will have their moments to make it seem like they're going to win. But we have the teams that's always going to, like, for the most part, be the teams that we recycle. That's why I tell people, you got to look at the rigging, the scripting, and the fixing in this. Get your heart out of that shit, and you got to... Listen, next live, I'll talk about it. For those that's new to me, I'll show you guys all the videos of me with the Patriots being a fanboy. I was on the good end of the stick. Patriots kept winning. I still don't fuck with them no more. Because I saw the bullshit, though. Like, I can't root for some shit that's planned, pre-planned. Can't do it. Yeah, there you go, King. Detroit, no chance.
Are you fucking serious?
Will any team get more? Fremont says, will any team get more than 6 rings? Because it seems like they don't go over that number 6. Yes, they would. You want to know why? Because the NFL's here forever. If as long as they have a Super Bowl forever, there's chances are there has to be like a team that passed 6. We might not be alive when it happens, but it will happen. Yeah, eventually it would. No one want to listen. Vibe. No, that's. I mean, I wanted to see Broncos Rams, but the Chiefs, Pats and Rams, if that's possible too, because the whole whole 250 shit. The whole 250 is Rams, Patriots number 2, Rams number 5. The same year as 250, America 250. See, a lot of people forget about that, and you've been seeing the number 7 a lot too. 5 and 2 is 7, so it's possible. Super Trey says, "Be fire." I guess Carolina Panthers. I've been a Carolina's Panther fan. I guess no. He says, "Be fire." I guess a Carolina Panthers fan for 20 years. They have been pretty spoiled for small market expansion team. 4 NFC title games and 2 Super Bowl appearances. I guess not. It's bad for the expansion. The thing with Carolina is, yeah, they are one of those teams that they're going to have them there. But winning a Super Bowl, I don't see it. Well, at least for now, I don't see it. Unless they got something aligned for them, because they had 2 tries, right? They had against the Patriots, right? And then their other try was against the Denver Broncos, ironically the 2 teams that went against each other. And they failed against both of those 2 teams, right? They need a white quarterback. What's the CC for Fremont? Conference championship. Yes, conference championship. My man, what he said? He says Pats can get their 600th all-time win in Super Bowl 60, keeping the Rams at 666. If the Rams win today, they can also get their 7th Super Bowl. Yes, in 7 Super Bowls, 7 years after their last one, 7-7, they go to 14. That should be crazy if the Pats win. That should be crazy. That should be crazy if the Pats win, yo. Celtics broke 18. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna happen. Yeah, Diggs. Yeah, I really don't. I don't like that guy. Pax is getting 7. Yeah, I see your point, but it gets boring after a while. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. It does. It does. My thing is, if the Patriots do win this year, what's next? Denver did well in my book. No, no pun intended. Of course, you know that's what we needed, was Denver to cover that shit. Rams will be heavy favorites and lose. Yes, if the Rams win, it's gonna be 3.5. I told people the lines an hour ago. I read the lines. They had what the lines would be, depending on who wins these games. Yes, the Rams will be 3.5. Do I ever see the Lions winning the Super? No chance in hell.
Are you fucking serious?
Nope. Even winning the NFC title ever. I ain't gonna lie, Super Trade, not now. 2 years ago, and even last year, that was their chance. I don't see it happening no time soon. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If the Pats win this year, May is staying on 1. May's never gonna get a Super Bowl after this one. If the Pats win this year, it will be crazy. The Pats winning after the Celtics got 19. Now listen. Here's the thing, guys. I understand what you're saying about that, but once again, right? I'm not saying the Patriots is. But once again, remember, I told you guys about this right here. If anybody's looking on the screen, let me show you. Y'all see that right there, right? You guys see that, right? Shane Tamora, part 2. I mean, I did that live a couple of lives ago. Y'all saw it. What do y'all see here? Remember, that's the NFL shooter, the guy that came from Vegas and drove all the way here to New York City to shoot up the NFL headquarters. And he failed. Ended up on the 33rd floor, which don't make no sense. He played high school before. They saying that he had CTE. He played high school football before in LA. He played football in LA, and he was number 5. You see the jersey number right there. He was number 5. He played in LA. And I try to tell people that connects with the whole 1-4. You have to be careful, right? If the Rams do win, if the Rams win tonight, that's along with other shit I gotta show y'all, but just be careful. And I showed you guys a little clue right here with Shane Tamora. Number 5 in LA high school. And sure enough, he was the NFL shooter that came here in New York City at the headquarters. And the NFL headquarters being on the 5th floor. And the Rams happen to be the number 5 seed. Just be careful. Just letting you guys know that. But that's another live we can go back for number 3. Right? So I'm gonna cut this live off, and in a couple of minutes we're gonna go into the third live. The third live. We're gonna go into the Rams and the Seahawks live. All right, so I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of minutes. Anybody else that's in the chat? Not the chat. The chat, you guys know that. Anybody else that's watching, make sure y'all subscribe so y'all can get the notification and y'all can be on the next live. In a couple of minutes, I'll be right back. I'm gonna see y'all in a couple minutes.